What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Session 68. Here we are. We got one more left after this. Didn't plan to end on session 69, but you know what? I ain't upset about it. So, we have a few plans, couple announcements. Nice. Coming up here. So I will be off the week after this and the week after that. I'm gonna take a little 2-week break because I'm going out of town. I got some shit to do. I got some vacation. We are joined by Stuart today on the channel. We love that. So I'll be away 2 weeks. We're gonna run this session. Next Monday, I'm gonna do a rerun of last week's session. The Monday after that, I'm gonna do a rerun of this one, so everyone who missed it can lead back up. Dangle kitty. And then on the 25th of March, our finale. And I gotta say, I'm sure I'm not the only one who is just so fucking excited for this. So ready.
I shit my pants once a day about it.
Oh God. Also, you'll remember, and this kind of segues us into the next part. Peter, if you want to tell the good people here in chat what we got going on for that finale and promote your business at the same time.
Well, for that finale, that Mantuk is actually in.
If you live through this one.
Printing. I'm still there, Pat. I'm still there because I printed this and it's the deal we made.
Oh, fair.
We are going to raffle off this amazing pink and black silk orc dice tower.
So sexy.
And Pat, how's that gonna work?
I'm gonna be running the giveaway during the stream. All you gotta do is show up on the 25th, enter the giveaway. The only rule is you have to have been following the channel before that stream. Unfortunately, I just personally, and I'm sure we all agree on this, we want the giveaway going to people who've been in the community for a while, who've been supporting the community and been participating. So the cutoff for follower date is that Monday. And yeah, you just have to show up to the stream, enter. You don't have to be there the whole time. If you win and you're not there, we're not gonna be like, you're not getting the tower. You're gonna get the tower either way. We'll just shoot you a message. The only rule is you gotta show up, you gotta say hello, you gotta enter the giveaway personally in chat on the day. It's very sexy, no painting required. It's a nice metallic-ish pink black color. I personally fucking love it. I'm a little sad I'm not gonna be able to enter the giveaway. But if you want to see, yeah,
we will find you. We'll find where you live, and we will deliver it to you, whether you like it or not.
We know people.
There's another dice tower that Peter did for me. Some fine work from Fire Mission Battery. If you haven't gone over there and checked it out yet. You haven't seen that one yet? That's my little witch's tower. That was all Peter. I can't paint like that. That's all Pete. Really? That's all Pete, dude. That ain't me.
So good.
I'm gonna put my light back because that should not be falling down. All right. So, with that being said, I do believe we have Ryan as well. Tell the people what you got going on over at the little purple house, my friend.
Oh, nothing too wild. Been doing our spooky games. Well, trying to. My goodness, yesterday was wild, but we got through it.
Wanted to.
Mario Paint. We're doing WoW. We're doing all sorts of wild stuff. It's a lot of fun. Come over and hang out if you wanna.
And of
it's
course,
okay if you don't.
Go.
Oh,
go do it now.
Go do it. It's mandatory. You can't be here unless you've been there.
But no.
And we discovered today there's a mathematical thing called the Ryan probability, where if you clip one of my random streams, there's a 69% chance that it will in fact be me dancing.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The Ryan probability.
The Ryan probability. Last but not least, JTB, what do you got going on? I know you're planning a few things in the future here.
So I'm in the process of finding a place to live.
Love that.
But once that's all sorted, be back to streaming at least once a week. And as far as TikTok goes, I need to get back on it. But yeah, you can expect some TikToks. Also, this one's for you, Kieran.
Nice.
There you go.
Flam, insert demon sounds here. We need a demon sound redeemed for the next campaign. On top of that, we have a few exciting announcements. After this campaign comes to an end, there's going to be a bit of a long announcement. I'm sorry, we got to get through it because there's a lot going on. After this campaign ends, we're going to take a little break from D&D. I have a couple little one-shots planned here and there. Nothing major. Probably take a month or two off. But in that filler time, while Chris Chris has to go away on Monday nights for a little while for work shit. We're going to have JTB stepping in, and we're going to be doing a Baldur's Gate 3 run with me, Peter, Ryan, and JT while we wait for Chris to return to us triumphantly and with employment who respects his availability. We love that. But
I'm applying at a newly opening Rona literally right across the street.
It's just so dumb when you're like, I'd like to apply. This is the day that I cannot work. And they're like, cool, perfect. And then 3 weeks go by and you'd be like, so, about that. But we're going to miss him very dearly. We're going to hold off the new D&D campaign till he can come back because it wouldn't be the same without Chris there. So straight up, for those of you who don't know, Chris is the only OG player still in this campaign from the beginning of it. It's not that we've gone through
level 1.
Yeah, it's not that we've gone through a ludicrous amount of people. It's just been it's what, two years, I think now? Maybe a little, maybe a smidgy more, because we already had the 2-year anniversary, and I started streaming with D&D. So we've been going for almost 2.5 years now. So we're gonna do.
You'll know the first thing we ever did was aid a dead body.
The first thing they did in the campaign, yeah. Like, you washed up on a desert island, there is a corpse near you, and you can look in this nice little bay and see an abundance of sea creatures to eat, and they're like, we're gonna eat the dead guy. I'm like, set the tone. Nice. So that's where we're...
for prion disease.
Yeah, that's where we're at. But, so we're gonna enjoy a nice little break, play a little Baldur's Gate. Don't know what difficulty we're gonna run yet. It's being discussed. Then we got some Fable one-shots and a bunch of other shit. So I'm going to be doing streams as usual this week. This Saturday with JTB for Gunner's Gate will be my last stream before my little vacation. I'll be off for about a week and a half, and we'll be back for D&D 2 weeks from today. 2.5 weeks from today. 3 weeks, whatever. So I do believe that is everything I had to get through today. If you have a chance, go swing over to JT's channel, Ryan's channel, and Fire Mission Battery. I promise you, you will not regret placing an order. They got cool dice towers. They got other shit. They got an extendable middle finger. Like, you can think of at least 2 uses for that. At least 2. At least 2 of them. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you for the shout outs for everyone.
Third one.
Oh God. I'm pretty sure your 3 and my 2 are the same thing. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it probably is.
Welcome in, everybody. We appreciate you all coming by the stream and supporting us this long. It's truly like, I feel like I'm stalling. Because, like,
I'm getting cut off in traffic and someone whips that finger out. I wouldn't even be mad.
I don't want the campaign to end, but at the same time, I'm so excited. So, with all of that being said, let's get into the session with a little recap from last week, which was quite chaotic. Our party, having escaped from the city of Pillarstone, narrowly avoiding utter decimation by a greater death dragon, unfortunately did lose Stanislav in the process, only to have him come back as a zombie, which you, Gregory, quickly transformed using polymorph into a small goat, a little undead, but a goat nonetheless. Returned it to the ship, and you guys began making your way towards Southwatch, fleeing from the worst of the siege, as an army of dead just filled the city, which you just left, and stood on the shores all staring at you, as you watched Ropesh repairing the tower that he had just destroyed. However, things on the boat did not go smoothly. Unfortunately, zombie Gotislav was a little on the temperamental side, and after a couple attempts at attacking Gregory's lightly defended self, Mantuka took it personally and proceeded to punt the goat, dealing just enough damage to pop him out of the polymorph, returning undead Stanislav to his former glory, I guess we should say. After which a bloody combat ensued. Oh, you need a new mini for Ilsevere? Okay. Oh, I got you. I will deal with that after. As you guys were sailing on the boat, unfortunately, a combat did it happen between the party. Zombie Stanislav and the rest of the group, unfortunately, coming to blows. Stanislav ridding the ship of their captain temporarily, before Mantuka unsurreptitiously yeeted him into the waters of the Bay of Sorrows, where he would then proceed to sink after taking the opportunity to throw his hammer at his as powerfully as possible towards Mantuka before sinking below the dark waters of Sorrow Bay. The party arrived at Southwatch, one party member less, mournful, considering what your next options might be. However, you quickly realized that you were not entirely alone. And while you had lost one holy man, another was in Southwatch, already beginning to prepare for the siege that was to come. And you saw JT the Just and his wife, Countess Levana Mogrev, helping those that were coming in off the ships, fleeing from the attack. You guys had a quick reunion before taking the time to go around to the city, exploring the kind of new region. They hadn't visited like this before. Last time you were in Southwatch, it had been more of a kind of a calmer, quiet, quaint battalion city. Now locked down and ready for war. You saw people preparing on the battlements, ballista being loaded and prepared. And as you guys all stood on the wall overlooking the kind of long valley that leads up to the Incendus mountain range to the south of Southwatch, you watched as a pillar of green and purple light kind of just swirling amongst itself shot into the sky from where Pillarstone was just beyond the mountains, and began casting this foul black necrotic cloud across the whole of the Magus Imperium, slowly just creeping its way towards you across the plains. Slowly moving. Doesn't seem to be bringing anything with it. Just a shroud of darkness that is slowly progressing as this cloud blocks out the sun. What do you all want to do? You stand on the city on the brink of siege. What's the plan?
Okay.
You guys, yeah, we're picking up right where we left off. It's up to you guys what you want to do at this point. The city begins to scramble amongst themselves. You see people trying to get supplies to the wall as quickly as possible. People outside the front gates are beginning to build kind of spiked barricades in an effort to kind of enclose the front gate there. I'm
going to hunt for the nearest, like, higher officer in the guard that we got.
Got you. 1 second, I'm just fixing Stanislav's mini real quick. It's still going to stay Stanislav on your sheet. I'm not going to take the time to change on that. That's okay. Load, please. Thank you. Remove. Use selected token. Save. There you go. It'll still look like Stanislav because that's the art, but if you drag it, it'll be a little purple, a little severe. Okay. Should work. So, you guys all stand on the wall as this darkness is just creeping towards you. JT, what is it you said you were doing? Sorry, I was getting that all.
I want to find one of the officers of the guard, so I can start telling them what I need them to do.
Okay. You gather the best place to start for that would probably be the garrison building, which you can see is at the north end of town, surrounded by a deep moat that is kind of cliffed on either side. It's quite treacherous to cross. You do see a lot of the military all kind of beginning to make their way towards the garrison building. So you gather that would probably be the best place to check. You start making your way this way. What is the rest of the party doing? Just while JT is making his way over to the garrison.
So we've had sorry. Go ahead, Greg. Okay, so we've had a long rest, right? So this is the next morning, waking up, good to go.
You guys are picking up after you guys landed the ship. Did you guys rest at the end of I believe you did. Yeah.
Yes,
the Countess
we
ship.
did.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are all fresh and ready to go. This is the next morning as the cloud is just approaching. Yes.
Perfect. Then I will go. Mantuka will go aid with the battlements and doing whatever preparation we can do and kind of like help with overseeing it or man bull muscles if need be.
Okay. I will say roll me an athletics check as they basically, as you show up to help, just start having you lug these large wooden stakes that have basically been carved out of basically a thin tree and have been sharpened. And they basically guide you to spots. And this person who seems to be loosely in command here is wearing Eldresian military attire, but you can see a couple points of station. He's probably like a mid-ranking officer, if you had to guess. Is kind of directing people. He sees you. I need those carried to the front gate and drive them into the ground as deep and as solid as you can. Make sure they're held fast, please. If you see anyone slacking, make sure you whip them into shape. You got it?
10-4, big dog. I got this. Not my first rodeo.
Thank you. Trusting that you're capable of this. You make your way over. Between carrying all of the heavy things and being able to drive them deep enough into the ground that they're sturdy, kind of piling some dirt around them throughout the next, I would say, probably 30 minutes to an hour. So you manage to erect a pretty formidable spiked barricade, and you see other people all contributing to that as you're going about the business. Roll me a perception check to see if we catch any slackers in the act right now. What are the other two of you guys doing? Just real quick, think about that while we finish this up. What's up, Rusty? Not the best. You do see, as you're kind of like, you're working, the sweat's beginning to drip down your brow a little, and as you're driving these stakes into the ground, you look and you see one man kind of just leaning on one of the stakes that's almost like haphazardly driven into the ground. It's kind of like leaning as he leans on it himself, and you can see him kind of chatting with one of his men. They're passing what looks like a small flask around. Just to each other, kind of casually talking. Still working, mind you, just definitely not giving 100%. Do it that way you will.
Sweet. I'm gonna walk up to them, like a saunter up after I'm done slamming my logs into the erect, creature that I'm making, and I'm gonna pull out my flask.
Okay. You kind of approach.
And I'm just gonna like kind of approach them while they're having a decent time. And that one slacking out a guy, I'm gonna go take a sip of my my drink, and I'm gonna bag tag him. There's fucking zombies coming, you fucking idiots!
Roll me an unarmed attack as you bag tag this guy. He goes back to drink his flask. You hit him with the flick. You get him with that like finger flick right on the tip. Natural.
You're just rolling at. Oh no!
He just nat 20 dick slap the guy.
I said non-lethal 3 times before this happened.
Oh, I got you. You're not gonna lethally cock slap him.
I don't want to rupture a nut either. That's not cool.
You just smack him, and he doubles over, just keeled over immediately. Hand kind of grasping at the stomach as he begins to cramp up. Spits up all the booze that he had just drank onto the ground.
He's not a bull. He's not a bull. Who
the fuck did you do that for, man? Could be our last drink.
Get back to work.
We're working. It could be our last drink. Give us a fucking minute.
Go in now.
Oh man, need a minute to find my balls, thanks, if that doesn't matter too much to you. Christ almighty. And he begins just reaches one hand down the pants and kind of just holds it for a second. He's like, okay. That nat 20 ball tag, wow, love that. He gets to work, and you notice him working with a bit of a limp, and kind of like still cramped a little bit, but he does seem to be working with a substantially larger amount of vigor. Ain't no fucking way. The one on the weather check, so the weather is as calm as it could possibly be as these. So you're just like in Southwatch, and the sun is just shining down. Almost a starkly, contrastly beautiful day in comparison to the dark clouds of shit that are just making their way in across the sky towards you. Just almost a last moment of light as these clouds just begin to cover the rays of the sun, shroud you all in darkness. Gives you all a brief moment.
With a glorious calm before a horrendous storm.
Love that. So Mantuka, throughout the day, you manage to get the defenses up. You keep people on task with some well-placed ball tags. JT's on the way to the garrison. What are you two doing?
Okay, so Elsevier is basically just going to run around town and find anyone who doesn't look like they can fight, and help them get to like good, secure shelter and stuff. Okay. Fortify stuff.
Roll me a persuasion check, just as you're actively rolling. You're not very charismatic, are you? While you're just rolling through town, trying to guide the less capable of fighting people in society towards the garrison where they could probably seek shelter. Nice.
16.
So it takes you a minute. Some people are a little weary of the kind of strange-looking individual with a bone mask telling them what to do, but they realize, based on your demeanor, enough that you seem at least fairly trustworthy and someone who is fairly aware of what is going on and what the best course of action might be. So over the course of the next little bit, you manage to rile like a good chunk of the population to either flee the city or seek refuge in the garrison. So that's solid for that. And then you're just helping with defenses the rest of the day?
Yeah, just make sure everyone's all geared up. Yeah, if anyone asks for help with anything, I'll be more than willing to help if there's time.
Okay. We'll get to JT very quickly. Ryan, what are you doing? Gregory?
He's seeing everyone running around doing big, strong boy stuff. He's just gonna look down at the box, look down at the mask, and say, I make what I have work for me. That's always what I've done, and I'm gonna do that now. Fuck it. Pulls out the rainbow duster from the box, hops on it, kind of gives everyone a bit of a nod as they run off, and just shoots off into the sky. And I'm going to, as I'm up there, take out the bone mask as I'm floating very quietly and softly looking around, trying to find anyone that's hurt, lost, children's especially, like if anyone's separated from their parents. And I'm just seeing the craziness, everything going on, and Gregory's gonna look down at the bone mask and just hold it to his chest. Think of the spirit of the woods. Think of his best friend who died there, everyone else who's just died. So many people. And he's just gonna say, I keep losing people. I need help. 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 He's gonna crack the mask in half and just sort of stab them together. And he's gonna cast Conjure Woodland Beings.
Okay.
At fourth level. And I'm gonna summon 2 dryads. Ow, boop, boop.
Love
2
that.
beautiful golden leaves just start bursting out of both sides of the mask, and a hand reaches out of one, another hand, and there's just 2 very slight, slender, beautiful women covered in golden leaves just sitting on either side of the broom. One looks like Countess Mogrieve, and the other one looks like my friend at the in the forest who had died, that Mantuka wore as a shield.
Good time.
Yeah, good times. I remember that very
The 2
well.
most powerful women I knew.
Valid. Fair. Okay, you 2 dryads just join you. They just appear beside you.
And they both have like a very quiet, dignified grace to them. As I'm like kind of like shaky on the broom, they're both just sitting there just very quietly. And they both just put a hand on either side of my shoulder and nod to me very quietly. And Gregory kind of and the broom steadies. All right, let's go. Just shoots down. And the dryads can cast Goodberry, I believe. Yes, they can. Druidcraft, pass it a trace bark skin.
Okay.
So we'll be throwing out the buffs and the heals to everyone and anyone. Fey Charm, which will be helpful for anyone who's freaking the fuck out.
Okay.
I'm just going to be going around being a cheerleader.
Dryads kind of make your way over the city, passing out these good berries as you can, making sure everyone is well fed going into this with a full stomach. That can honestly be such an important thing in this kind of moment. So you ensure that morale is kept very high. Everyone is well fed beyond what anyone could have hoped for at this point, based on the rationing, and just kind of go around having a calming, soothing presence on the people who are about to fight an entire army of undead. So it was probably a pretty solid idea. Last but not least, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They have tree stride as well, so every now and again they're popping in and out of trees to check on the core group and come back to me and report back, because I want to make sure my friends are okay.
Okay, you get reports that Mantuka is out front of the gate currently, driving stakes into the ground, creating barricades, building outer defenses that will help stem the flow of undead as they make their way towards the city. You see Stanny, or not, I'm sorry, you see Ilsevere. That's gonna fuck me up so much, dude. You see Ilsevere going by, also helping people, going by and making sure people's armor is fit well on them. Also tending to morale a lot in their own way.
Of course he is.
Also, you see him guiding some of the elderly and the less capable of fighting members of society towards structures where they can be safe, stone buildings such as the keep, within the walls themselves, or just straight up out of the city if that's what they want. And the last thing you see is Sir JT the Just walking through the crowd, kind of helping guiding people on their way as he does so as well. But eventually coming to the keep. He kind of walks across the bridge. It's a very simple wooden bridge, not a drawbridge, just a solid wooden bridge over this chasm that in an emergency could be burned and basically prevent any kind of crossing, cutting them off entirely. But as it stands now, there are files of men in uniform. You see Imperium soldiers, you see Eldresian soldiers, you see members of the Resistance, all armed and ready to fight, just filing into the courtyard here and beginning to kind of gather in the central space. There's not a podium per se, but where there's like a double staircase that goes into the front of the garrison building. And you see on there a number of individuals, all wearing fairly high looking regalia in terms of where they sit in rank. You see members of the Eldresian military. You see a couple of Imperium generals also standing there. It looks like they're currently all talking amongst themselves just at the top of this podium, but it looks like a lot of the soldiers have gathered here to speak. If there's something you'd like to say to the leadership group beforehand, you do have time to do so now.
I'm gonna walk up.
Hmm?
How are we looking for defenses?
You're kind of greeted by quite an older gentleman, honestly, quite a bit older than you would have expected for the leader of the town. You see, kind of looks at you quizzically. You see a woman in regalia you immediately recognize as a cleric of Torm, so one of your own faith. I do believe he is one of ours. JT.
I am Sir JT the Just.
Oh. Back from the dead, I see.
Quite. What are the preparations being made currently?
We have men building at the gates. We have fortifications going up. We have the ballista armed and ready. We have as many men as we can coming in from the countryside. But I'll be honest with you, our numbers are spread pretty thin as it is. We have what we have here now, and whatever may come in the next few hours, and that's it. We are outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. But I am assured by the High Priestess here. You would have met her on several occasions now, having been in Southwatch for a few days. It's High Priestess Dimnia. She is the head of the Chapel of Torm. Yes, we can make no promises, but with a little bit of divine favor and some prayer, we hope that perhaps we can offer some protection to the men. That will be essential while fighting against the forces of Ropesh. With luck, it will prevent those who have been killed by his hand or any he wields from turning themselves. As you know, this has been an ongoing problem we have faced in the past. Yeah, she looks at you, JT. You would know better than I what could occur. So, I will be in the temple, maintaining prayer.
Very well.
And I will need protection.
Are we all together right now?
No, it's just JT at this point. You guys are still helping out around stuff. I will need protection.
I believe that Torm will be glad to help out once again.
If by Torm you mean you, then yes, I'm sure he'd be very happy to help out.
I plan to do my best.
The temple must be protected. If it falls, we all fall. Apart from that, we don't really have any other plans. The old man kind of pops back in. Well, we do have a couple things. We've been told there is a rather large dragon to deal with. That is problem. We're also told that its breath can turn anyone it kills. If the prayer works, that shouldn't be an issue. But if the prayer should fail, and our god should abandon us, we are in very grave trouble, and I fear this battle is lost before it even begins.
No.
If the prayer works and all goes well, there's still the issue of a giant flying creature to deal with, so we need to find a way to ground him. Now, in the past, we have managed to affix chain to the ballista, and old creatures of such kind. Never something that big. So if we can get it down, we need someone to go in and finish it off. Our men are, no offense to them, they're brave, they're capable. They're not you. They're not adventurers. They're not conquerors. They're soldiers. They're here to defend.
Well, luckily, I happen to know 3 other people very, very ready to kill this dragon.
Good. Now, perhaps you should go find them. I'd like to
Indeed.
discuss some things with them before they make their way. Find them.
Very
Return to me before I address the men. You have probably about 10 minutes.
I will turn to leave. As I go to leave, I also make a point to go to where my home is, see if my wife is there.
Lavana is not there. She is, you gather, probably helping see a number of people to safety. That seems to be her main concern. She is a capable woman, but she's not much of a warrior herself. She prefers to help out in other ways. You do find her eventually. Currently just guiding people towards the keep. It looks like they're inviting anyone who is unable to fight to shelter within the stone walls or flee the city. So it doesn't take you long.
He's just gonna walk up. I have to gather the others and meet them at the watch. The garrison.
I know.
I was going to ask you to do what you're already doing, so I guess I should have figured this is where you'd be.
I will keep the people safe as best I can, my dear. But I fear what may happen if I get too close to Ropesh and his magics. When the battle starts, I will flee. I'll see to it the people are kept safe. And I'll come find you after. She puts one hand on your cheek. The side that's been mostly repaired, but is still pretty heavily scarred. One way or another. I'll find you after.
He'll put his hand over
Okay,
her
Pete,
hand.
stop, dude. Enough.
He puts his hand over her hand, and he'll just say, I look forward to seeing you after.
And I you. Be safe, please. She leans forward and gives you a little peck on the forehead.
Keep yourself safe.
Always.
And he will turn to go find Gregory.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to find the group. You find Gregory first, who you see is just flying around on what looks more like a rainbow feather duster than it does a broom of flying, but, you know, whatever. One thing's as good as the other. With these 2 mystical-looking dryad women floating around with him, one of whom looks just shockingly similar to your wife. Uncannily similar to your wife.
Well, they're both like real golden leaves, but one's got more like green tinted, and it's in like green bits of it in, and then the one that's like Ivana is like black and red leaves all throughout.
Yeah, enjoy that. Get that out of your brain. Yeah, you find Gregory.
It's Gregory's angels.
After a while, you quickly manage to track down the rest of the group. You find Mantuka at the front, already preparing, like I said, defenses, taking a moment to have a drink of water with some of the men that he's taken some time to bond with. Mantuka, at this point, some of the Minotaurs that have been spared from the worst of things have come to help you as well. Durka, the son of the chieftain of your tribe, is kind of with you throughout the day. You see, he seems... There's almost a hesitance to separate from you and the rest of the Minotaurs at this point. They seem to be clustering around you a fairly sizable amount and maintaining the day. You do find Mantuka, and last you find Ilsevere tending to some of the men and guiding some people, very similar to what your wife is doing. But you do manage to collect the group altogether.
Autobots roll out.
Okay.
Has there been any sign of that awful dragon?
So far, it would appear to be none. But we expect, at least the officers expect, that it will make an appearance. They're working on a way to ground it. And they're also working on a way to make sure we don't get changed by the breath weapon. We have to go quickly. They want to speak with us at the garrison.
Okay.
Yeah, full disclosure, I don't want to be anywhere near the breath weapon. I don't want to be a zombie. You guys couldn't handle zombie Mantuka.
Oh my
Full
god.
disclosure, so
so
I
terrifying.
think it's in the best interest for the group if we nullify that and then Mantuka comes out.
Yeah, no, I got hit by that thing and it felt like dying.
Holy shit, you
like,
got girls
burning-
with you. Hello, girls.
At this point,
yeah.
Mantuka, you notice one of these dryads looks just very much like your lady love. The Countess
This place is
Lavana
fucking
Mulgrave.
amazing.
I asked the mask for help, and these two wonderful people came and helped. They've been helping me for the
Can I
last
ask
hour.
your mask for help later too? If we live,
If we live, sure. You
like
know what?
celebration, yeah.
Yeah,
I deserve it.
absolutely. If we live through this, Mantuka, anything you want, honey.
I really get the vibe of like the Jim Carrey mask.
Almost. But it can summon
If
animals.
that's the case,
It's quite like
I want to pull. After this is all said and done, let Mantuka toss it on. See
I
what
guess
happens.
with Mantuka's intelligence, you wouldn't know any better. It's just a cool mask that when he wears it, cool shit happens and you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear voices sometimes when I hold it.
So together, you all group back up, and JTB leads you, or JT the Just leads you right back to the garrison building, where you find now probably a few hundred men all crammed into this space. Some are even lining out onto the bridge and into this kind of center area. And you do notice this town is built very much for defense. There's an outer wall, and then there's kind of an inner keep that goes around the gate, and then just a section up the middle with two walls on either side that has its own set of gates on either side. And you see they're just filed into there as you kind of push your way through, make your way back up to the head where you find the individuals still talking. Ilsevere, you see a priestess that you would probably have known from your time here with your brother, Priestess Dimnia, the head of the Chapel of Torm, or the Temple of Torm. On top of that, Mantuka and Gregory, you both recognize the Guardmaster Dursk Trelude. He was the one who gave you your insignias of the town when you guys did the job for him.
Oh my god!
So as the group of you approach, he recognizes Mantuka and Gregory walking up with JT the Just. Oh.
Oh!
So this is who you've brought to help us then. Huh. I'm
does that mean?
glad. I'm glad to see you all have made it this far. I had my doubts, I'll be honest.
We didn't really have it together back then.
You seem to have it together now, mostly.
Getting there.
That being said, we have a lot to discuss.
Fortunately, not every member could have made it.
Yes, where is the shiny fellow?
He's gonna be back. We're bringing him back.
A lot of that going on
I gotta
these
go.
days. Gotta go.
No, I am his brother. I'm Ilsevere.
It's nice to meet you. Call me Godmaster Trelude. And this, I points to a much younger man wearing similar clothing, just a slightly less regal kind of variant of it, probably a station right below. This is the God Captain Barrick. He is my second in command. If I fall, you take orders from him. And if he falls, well, we're probably all dead anyway. Now, we have a plan. Well, the beginnings of one. The cliffs are too steep for the dead to climb, which means the gate and our walls are the only way through. Yeah, he kind of motions as a couple of servants, I guess, for lack of a better word, kind of bring out a small table and unfold a map on it, and he kind of begins pointing to it and kind of guiding you along the city. We expect them to hit the hardest here, and here. But we expect we'll be able to repel them if all goes well. At least until that dragon shows up. That is where things get more complicated. But I've been assured by the priestess here that perhaps there's a way to prevent us all from turning when that thing cooks us alive. At least that's my understanding. Am I right, Dimnius? Yes, that's correct. If all goes well, but I must be kept safe. At least for the start of the prayer, that is the most important part. And if that's all right, I would like to enlist the 4 of you to help me with that. I know Sir JT will give his life in defense of the temple. And you say Stanislav was your brother?
He was.
Well, I'm glad to have you.
I would gladly give my life in his place.
You may just have to. But if all goes well, it won't be an issue. And if our men fall, they will stay dead, hopefully. We'll be burning the bodies just in case.
Not about the point, of course.
After that, and the guardmaster kind of cuts her off. After that, the only problem is going to be holding the walls and dealing with that dragon. We think, with the ballista and a good amount of chain, we can perhaps stop the creature from taking flight. But our men stand no chance against such a creature. It's far too powerful for any of them to handle. Even me, sad to say it, would pale in comparison. But you, those chosen by the gods, he looks at JT, children who have managed to stay alive this long. He looks at Mantuka. You need no flattery. I trust you will hold your weight.
I just came here to kill things.
Exactly. And I respect that about you. And if I'm not mistaken, a brother seeking revenge for the fall of his brother is, well, about as much motivation as anyone will need. We do not know when he will come, but we know it will be soon. And in the meantime, if you've loved ones, I suggest you spend what time you can with them. May all be over tomorrow. But if the gods are on our side, and you lot do your part, and my lot do theirs, perhaps we'll make it through to the other side. At least some of us.
I know one god who will fiercely be on our side.
I can think of a few. Well, we have much planning to do, and I have to address the men. Go about your business, and when the bells toll, you'll know. You'll know where to go. You see the priestess nod at the temple. I will see you there. If any of you
Praise
seek...
Mogus.
Yes. Praise whatever gods you need to survive this. If any of you seek prayer within the temple, you are most welcome. I shall head there presently. I have no need for grandiose military speeches. The guardmaster kind of smiles at her briefly. There's like a little bit of a playful back and forth there. And she kind of begins to leave. What were you saying, Elsevier?
May I accompany you on your way?
It would be my pleasure. You could tell me more about your brother.
Of course.
And she kind of
Well, there.
guides you out towards there, and you guys begin making your way down the fairly familiar road at this point, towards the Temple of Torm on the northeastern side of the city. What do the rest of you want to do? This is your last chance to get something in before all this goes down. I'm just giving you a minute to try something.
Mantuka doesn't have any loved ones here other than Hardar. So he's going to stay with the men to the last moment, doing whatever preparation he can do, whatever he can help out.
Okay. You find your Minotaur brethren. What few of them remain. 4 of you in total, including yourself. And you find them preparing for battle, much in the same way they would have back on your island. To start, they are not imbibing alcohol for the sake of getting drunk. They're just passing this kind of... they're just like a flagon around, basically. or more like a wine skin. They're just passing it amongst each other, each taking a moment to sip, and then you see them actively beginning to warm up for the fight to come. A couple of them kind of start wrestling, just exchanging grapple attempts and just kind of warming up for the fight to come, very much how you guys would have in the island. You see Durka beginning to act more boisterously. I want you to roll me an insight check on that real quick.
Ooh, insight.
Yeah, with advantage, because you grew up with him.
Okay. That was pretty good without advantage, but yes, we'll take the first one.
Okay, so you've fought with him many times before, you're familiar. You've seen him kind of steel himself for combat before, and you can tell a little bit of what he's doing right now is putting on a show as much for the men as it is for himself. He's almost trying to bolster himself for the events to come. He looks pretty shook after everything that happened in Lysia and before they got here, and you can tell he's kind of struggling with that internally as he's trying to shake that off while still maintaining kind of an air of leadership for his men and the few survivors of your tribe that remain.
While I walk by, I'm just gonna kind of make eye contact and kind of give like a sharp pulsate against my chest to him. They just unknowing, I know what you're doing. Suck it up. We got this.
He notices you.
Like very 1980s dad.
Suck it up, sport.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Get out there.
Okay. Nothing to help the morale there, but that's all right. You give him a quick chest bump, and he just gives you a very almost soft-hearted one. Ilsevere has advantage or an inspiration from Kieran. Those who stand for nothing fall for anything. There you go. Be inspired. So, Mantuka, you spend the day the next bit of time with your tribe preparing, briefly giving Dorka a little bit of a chest bump, and then spend the rest of your day readying your men, your troopers, what few troopers you have left from your unit. You make sure they're all...
My murder!
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of them all left, but you spend the rest of the day just
murder.
Spending your time with the troops like you would have very much before a battle on your island back home. You say a silent prayer, just to yourself, just a brief, almost blessing, or not blessing, just a brief word to Mogus, just a brief moment to yourself there. Let him know that you're on the path, kind of deal. Kind of just steel yourself for the combat to come. Who's next? What are the rest of y'all doing?
Well, Gregory's gonna go ahead and walk outside, and he looks at the mask it's been fused together back at the bottom. It's still kind of got a spider web effect near the top, like it's been healing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna say, I can't give you time to break. I can't give you a break. I can't have one either. Takes the feather duster out and starts puttering out towards the sea. And I'd like to go right out to the beach, sort of, or towards the water.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get to the water, I just take a stark upward shot, almost straight up into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to keep going up, up, up until the air gets just too thin that I start to notice. Not too bad,
Okay.
but that I notice it. I'm just yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, but we gotta try and we have to come up with ideas. Takes the mask and just throws the whole thing in front of him. And I'm gonna cast at level 7. Conjure woodland animals. No, conjure animals. Yeah, conjure animals.
Does that get rid of your dryad ladies?
Oh yeah, that was just for an hour, so they probably would have fithered away.
Sounds good.
They
just as Mantuka is beginning to fall in love with one, they just turn into leaves in his hand. No.
This
one was kind of into it too.
Emotional damage.
This one was for sure kind of into it. You could tell it was it was exciting. Yeah. Just
I could have got some. Oh.
You could have.
And once he throws the whole mask right in front of him, it bursts into shrapnel and turns into 6 giant octopuses. I would like to try and practice. So I just scream to them, tie it up! And I'd like to make a ball, an octopus ball of tentacles. Just Interlock. As they're falling in the air.
I guess it'd be a grapple. You're effectively trying to grapple something, so strength, I guess.
Yeah.
Are these like the little pet shop balls that you put on the little stand and then they pop out?
I don't know.
I'm essentially trying to make
Except the
manners.
size of your house.
Yeah, trying to make a tentacle ball to capture somebody with. They got you.
Boop.
Or a
Gotcha.
meteor.
Yay!
Yeah, okay. So you watch as they begin falling to earth, they're just all the fucking little suction cups just begin latching onto each other, and by the time they're about halfway to the earth, they're just compressed into this compact ball of octopi just falling towards the earth at Mach speed. It's about the size of a globe at this point, maybe a little bigger. But because they just compress, right? And they just continue compressing on themselves. Yeah, they're gonna hit the ground if you don't do anything.
Yeah, but as it's happening, I'm trying to fly behind them. I can go 50 feet, 60 feet, 50 feet, and I'm just flying behind them. And as soon as it gets to the point where it's just about got all the air out of the inside of it, I would like to cast lightning bolt at the octopus ball using spell sculpting to avoid all 6 of the octopuses.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do
So
that.
it just fires through every nook and cranny in them, traveling across the ink, using every little bit, and it just, and the whole ball just. I effectively just made a lightning chamber
You did.
in
yeah.
the air. Anti-dragon,
So as
plan
it's
A.
all zapping amongst themselves, all the tentacles, all the octopi just splat onto the ground at full speed, just disappear into a pile of nothing. Even over the water at that height, terminal velocity, that's just splat, and they just disappear into nothing as your
Sparks of
lightning just disappears with it. Yeah. I mean, you've effectively made an octopus lightning trap. Okay, I'm fucking here for it. That's some of the most creative shit I've ever heard. Let's go. I love it. I'm here. I can't even argue with that. That shit is too good. Okay, so we have you training. That means, I'm gonna say, if you use this maneuver against the dragon, you will be at advantage because you practiced it all day. Okay? That being
That's
said,
the thing with this one, it's a 1 and go. It's a level 7 and a level 6.
yeah. So, just so you're aware, if it works on the dragon, it'll work. That is a good strat. That is very effective. I got nothing. There's nothing.
I thought about this all week.
I love it.
Aw, at the size of your cock.
How do you fly with balls so big? So, as
Lopsided.
you all, every now and again, you look up and watch Gregory practicing this maneuver throughout the day. We'll say, you stop them just before they hit the ground and pull them back up on your thing until the last time when they officially splat. But you gather you've made a fairly effective super grapple trap. I don't even fucking understand. What's up, Stormy? How's it going? So, we have Mantuka, we have Gregory have gone. Last up, we have Ilsevere and Sir JT the Just. What are the last things you're doing before shit hits the fan?
Okay. Well, I've gone with the priestess.
So we'll do JT first then.
Sure.
Just for if there's a lot of dialogue and shit, we'll end with it. Go ahead, JT.
Yeah, I'm gonna go start to help Lavana bring people back until we're done.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check. As you, with advantage, because your wife is helping you at this point. You guys are still aiding, guiding people who are incapable of fighting for themselves, either out of the city to safety or within the confines of the stone walls of the keep. An 18, yeah, that'll do it. So together between the two of you, you manage to get, as far as you can tell, every non-combatant either out of the city or within the safety of the garrison keep. And you do so with enough haste to have a few moments to yourself. As you kind of beginning to get the last of the people there, she kind of just stands in the courtyard, her hands kind of just crossed in front of her chest as they usually are. She just kind of takes you in for a moment.
Well,
Well,
To think, hundreds of years ago, I stood in the same place.
yeah. Do you remember what we did? Right here in this place.
I do. Shall we relive the experience?
I'm sure we can find somewhere quiet, my dear. Fade to black, as you two find somewhere nice and quiet to spend the last few hours of your evening together.
Oh,
Damn, Deriz. Yeah, you kind of head back to your small home that you guys have for
Find a
yourselves here.
place and talk about our feelings. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Fade to black as we talk about feeling. You don't nobody want to see that
horny.
shit.
We share a chocolate malt.
Whatever
And the
you
two
call
of
it,
you
Ryan.
spend
Two
the rest
straws.
of your time together. You guys will probably all be able to get a long rest in before everything happens too, so feel free to hit that button if you want to. Last but not least, we'll have Ilsevere. Dimnia, the kind of short, dwarven priestess that your brother came to know so well, is kind of just slowly leading you through the streets, down through the paths, almost walking slower than she needs to. She's taking her time. And looks up at you. This may be the last time I ever get to walk these streets. I appreciate you joining me.
My honor.
The honor is mine. Let me just assure you that your brother was truly one of the best of us. If there's any way I can help in remedying the situation, I would be happy to do so. Let me know.
Well, unfortunately, I don't believe anything shy of some sort of miracle to get him out of that body.
Well, we do deal in miracles sometimes.
That reminds me, and Elsevier going to take out the decrepit hand of Stanislav. I should do something about this, and he's going to hit it with a ray of frost just to freeze it.
It just hardens up. It kind of gangles up to these like crispy, gnarled fucking fingers as Stanislav's dismembered hands.
This has been smelling.
We have magic to preserve that kind of thing if you'd like.
So do I, he says with a kind of a cheeky smile.
Fair enough. Far be it I to argue with an expert. I would make sure to keep that up if I were you. Begins to smell after some time. Now, have you been to our temple before?
No, but my brother described it in its brilliance. I'm quite excited.
I assure you, your brother exaggerated quite a bit. She leads you up the hill, and eventually you find your way to a fairly simple, not quite circular temple. It's almost like a four-pointed, not quite a cross, but almost that shape, with kind of a circular center part going around the middle. She leads you into it. You find the 6 pillars that kind of line the circular wall holding it up. It's an open-air space. There are no walls. Kind of just opens up, and you see the altar in the center with the kind of raised platform above it where the prayer books all sit for the ceremonies. You see 2 statues on either side, and then in the back you see 2 very large statues. One is the visage of a man that you are now traveling with. Sir JT the Just himself is depicted here. You do notice that the face does not have any of the scarring that you now see on him. This was taken pre-battle wounds, but
Elsevier thinks to himself, he still looks better now.
that's debatable. Is there anything you're looking for while you're here? Is there a reason you wanted to come with me? Or...
Perhaps just... It's nice to be in the holy place, but a quiet, dark room, if there is one.
I think we have something for that. Come with me. And she leads you over behind the statue of JT the Just. And looking behind that, and the statue of the woman you see kind of on the other side of him, it looks like there's 2 very thin, almost like barely 2 foot wide staircases. Just big enough for one person to kind of sneak their way down.
Is there a statue of Torm as well?
There is depictions of Torms on either side of the altar. There's 2 statues of almost identical, both facing towards the center. And then there's just the Lady Jenna and JT in the back as well.
Elsevier will just take a very brief pause at one of those statues of Torm just
Mhm.
thank you for guiding him.
She leads you down that kind of small spiral staircase to a room below the temple here that most people don't know about. But you find the walls are just lined. There's a shelf on either of the four walls that are just lined top to bottom with various scrolls and prayer books. There's a number of small things in the space. It's basically just a very small, almost library, almost compendium of knowledge. And there's kind of a I don't want to like not quite a platform. What's the fucking thing you make a speech from? God damn it,
Oh,
words.
a podium?
Podium.
Podium.
Yeah, basically a podium with a pedestal next to it on which there is an open book, and you see four chairs kind of just spread out down here. It looks like a small, very small place of worship. And as she leads you down, this was the start of our temple. So it's the first foundations we ever dug, and the first building we ever set here on this site. Perhaps you will find the peace you seek here. I'll be upstairs if you need me.
Perfect, thank you.
I won't be far. I have my own preparations to do. If you can, get yourselves an evening rest. You'll need it. The day starts early tomorrow, I'm sure.
Thank you, I will.
Leads just heads her way back upstairs. You see her robes kind of trail up the stairs as you await, and you find yourself in this small kind of candlelit room. What are you doing?
So Elsevier's gonna go around and extinguish all of the candles so that he's just in pitch black.
Okay. Easily done. There's some candles just hanging on the wall. Looks like on a couple sconces there, nothing too fancy. And you find yourself in darkness.
Very good. I'm gonna make my way back to the center of the room. Not up on the pedestal, but on the ground next to it.
Mhm.
Just gonna kneel down slowly and close his eyes and reach out and say, "My Lord Kalambor, great, unknowable evil is upon us. Holds the souls of non-believers and the most faithful alike. But discrimination makes nothing more of that everywhere it goes. It's against everything we stand for. If there's anything you can or will do to help, I will be your vessel."
You hear the first time in your life a response. Almost wordless. It's not a voice in your head. It's almost a sense that you're being given. They are coming. Help is on the way. You don't hear those words as much as you feel those words resonating within you. And you understand that you are not alone in this.
Big smile peels across his face, and
As you open
Yes,
your
I-
eyes, you once again find yourself in a room, and all the candles have been relit.
kind of gets up, nods. Thank you. Will make his way back up to the central part of the temple.
Okay.
Find the rest of the group that hopefully has arrived.
You guys all go about the rest of your day. You know that the alarm toll was set. When you hear the alarms, head to the temple. As far as you know, you do have some time to rest as you guys kind of look out over the eastern horizon, kind of leading towards Pillarstone. You see the valley that dips out past Southwatch, and then the start of the Incendus mountain range. And as it stands now, it is silent, almost deathly so, almost uncomfortably so.
I'll go find Gregory then. I'll
Okay.
shack up with him for the night.
Okay, you guys all can go take your long rest wherever you want. Sir JT, you spend the evening in the warm, possibly cold embrace of your undead vampire wife, the Countess Lavana. Ilsevere, you find your way back to Gregory. Mantuka, where do you spend your night? I'm curious.
I'm going to stay with the my mini murder of minotaurs.
kind of shack up with your Minotaur group for the time being. The 4 of you, probably, most likely, the last of your tribe, all united here in Southwatch together. At least as far as you know. And then Gregory, what do you do? Where do you find yourself for the night?
Once Gregory is kind of emotionally and physically exhausted practicing all the things, he's also going to try practicing his old move, the old Sharknado, which is just dropping a bunch of sharks tooth first from the sky.
Yeah, at high speed. Yep, works every time.
Yeah, that's Sharknado, Shark Pedo. Once y'all see him, he's just got like one barely there shard of the mask in one hand and like a waterlogged box that's just dripping water on the other, and he's just I did it.
Was most impressed.
Where are we sleeping tonight?
Wherever you like.
And anywhere?
It's pretty open.
Good.
You notice a lot of the
find the
houses have been completely cleared out by people who have just
I find the first campfire I see and just go straight over to that, throw the box down, throw the mask down, just put them in a pile and right next to the campfire.
You all find your evening's rest. Possibly the last full night of sleep you're going to get before all of this is over. Following morning, you all awaken to a familiar sound. Bing, bing, boom, boom. The sounds of bells just echoing off of stone walls as the alarm has begun to sound throughout the city. You all begin to shake yourselves awake. You see men scrambling, grabbing what gear they can, throwing on armor, taking what time they need to make sure they are well equipped. You know the toll. When you hear the bells, you make your way to the temple. The bells ring constantly throughout the entire city. They do not stop. As you all kind of make your way out of wherever you slept for the evening, you see people already beginning to gather on the walls, not with their weapons ready. You see archers still with their bows kind of strung and held in their hand. No arrows knocked or anything. You just see hundreds of men all on the walls of this city staring out into the Incendus mountain range, into the Magus Imperium. You can't see what it is they're looking at, but one thing does pervade the air. The ever-present stench of decay and death that comes with this undead army as it moves. And even now, as you stop and listen, between the ringing of the bells, you hear the echoing of moans that are just been echoing through the mountains as an army of undead have begun making their way towards the city. You quickly take a moment to run up the walls to see what it is everyone is looking at. And as you step out there, looking out over this field, the field where battle will be done here, maybe for the last time, while there are men here to live, and you watch as an army of millions of undead just slowly crawl towards you. Every person who has ever died in the Magus Imperium within these lands has been brought to bear before the gates of Southwatch, and you watch as they all just slowly, almost painfully slowly, advance towards the city of Southwatch. The men on the walls, you hear some clutching what holy symbols they have at their chest and saying what prayers they can to what gods they follow. You see others standing just resolute. You see archers from the Magus Imperium readying their magical arrows for whatever might be coming. You see the ballista being cranked and loaded with these massive long spikes, fucking bolts, basically, that have these long, fucking thick, kind of barbed prongs at the end of it. And you see the ones as they're loading up kind of central to the keep. You see as they're loading, there's just a long length of chain dangling off the back of some of these ballistas. Whatever bolts have been loaded into them have also been firmly attached. You watch the ends of those chains as they attach firmly to the stone wall below on built-in hooks. And you watch as this army just advances, the echoing of carrying through the entire valley as it makes its way towards you. And as you all stand on the watch, stand on this wall, you turn and begin making your way to the temple where you know the prayers have already begun. And as you rush forward, that is where we will take our break for today before we jump into the big combat. and we'll come back as
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
arrive at the
Oh
temple
my God.
here. So everyone take 10. It's going to be pretty high adrenaline going forward. There's going to be a lot going on. So do bear with us if we get a lot going. There's a lot of shit to get done today. We'll be back in 10, everyone. Don't go anywhere. We will not be long. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you soon. Thank you for the subby, Star Kitty. I appreciate you. We're going on break now for real. Bye. What's up, everybody? We back. Oh, the music is real quiet.
Gatekeeping, that's what's up.
Gatekeeping.
Can you please say, "Hey, breeder," please?
Hey, breeder. Hey, breeder. Yeah, I got you. I just gotta pull up everyone's character sheet real quick. Anyway, so, picking up where we left up. You guys, after leaving the wall and seeing the army of the dead and everything contained within it slowly approaching the walls of Southwatch, the defensive you place kind of around the front gate seems sturdy. At very least, it should help stem the tide long enough for people to, begin dealing with things from up above. You watch as the army just advances slowly, and then stops completely, standing completely dead. And then a lot of you make your way to the temple. You find your way up the kind of hill leading to the northeast, where the temple kind of sits elevated on a little bit of a hilltop, a small plateau, from which, overlooking here, you can just see kind of the wall, and just beyond it, a little bit of the battlefield and the crest of the Incendus mountain range, kind of just going across the horizon there. Not enough to see like in front of the walls, but you can kind of just see beyond them to what's kind of stretching from the mountains. You watch as an entire stream of undead just files through the mountain pass, filling the numbers more and more as this entire valley is just filled with undead, even as far as your eyes can see. You can only imagine how cramped it is getting up close to the walls. Still, no one fires, no one moves. Everyone is stock still. You hear the shuffling of undead feet stop. And it's just the moans carried on the wind. The ever-constant, present reminder of what faces you just outside those gates. You all wait. The priestess. So they've come. They're here. Are you ready?
As ready as
What
ever.
they've ever been.
Yeah.
They will not take well to us doing this. It's very likely they'll know exactly what we are up to. I need you to protect me for as long as you can. If I can finish the incantation, if I can finish the prayer, perhaps just maybe, we'll be able to keep our men from returning once they fall. And even as she says that, go ahead, Ilsevir.
Does she look like she's wearing any armor or has good protection of any kind, or does she
Nope. She is wearing her priest robes. She's not a fighter at all.
May I offer something that will help?
You gather she might
Worthwhile.
have been in her day, but she is quite old now, and you gather mostly retired and oversees the temple. Even like now, you don't see any clerics around. It seems like it's mostly run by her and her kind of two disciples that help.
May I offer the first means of protection of the day?
What might that be?
It comes from the staff. Well,
Can you turn yourself up a smidgy?
I don't know, but I can speak louder. Is that okay?
That's definitely better, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Stage whisper.
I'm also just trying to do the voice a little lower so it doesn't sound exactly the same as Danny.
You're good.
I can offer you some protection from the staff. It will last for the whole day.
I'll take whatever you're willing to give, my dear.
All right, and he's gonna just how many charges? He's gonna tap the staff on the ground once, and just kind of a magical burst is gonna come from it as I cast Mage Armor on her.
So she now has
13 plus her dex,
AC of 16.
and that lasts for 8 hours.
She kind of, as this magical shimmer kind of just appears around her and then fades, but you see this kind of magical essence remain. I'm sure that would be very helpful. Thank you. Now, if I may, I need to concentrate. Do what you can. If anything makes its way within the temple, well, deal with it for me, please. And then she goes to start praying, and even as she does, she's shocked back up. As you all hear echoing through the mountains, the roar of a very familiar dragon. And as you kind of look out over the mountain range, you see it just flying across, kind of just against the horizon in this early morning. And you watch it as it lands onto the side of what looked like a mountain at one point. It has kind of eroded down to a bit more of a smooth plateau. It lands on the side of it, claws its way up. You watch as rock and debris kind of falls as its weight is barely held up by the kind of loose sandstone. And you see as off of its back hops a very familiar figure, and he stands just at the edge of this plateau. You can't make out the details. You just see a figure, kind of outstretched arms, just barely on the horizon, but you hear a voice as clear as day reach your ears. Why do you all resist? You all clamor and climb over each other, seeking whatever small amount you can carve from the flesh of this world. Don't you see that under me we are all equal? Everyone stands the same under me. Why do you persist? When all others have fallen, why do you stand? I make you this offer now. Any man, any woman, any child who is willing to bow before me shall be granted their lives. And should they fall by whatever means, old age, sickness, the slow decay of time, then their bodies belong to me. But in that time, you'll be allowed to live. This is my offer to all of you. I will not give you long. Decide. The voice echoes as it just fades away. You see some of the people up on the walls kind of beginning to look to each other. A few people look like a little bit of the fire begins to leave their hearts for a few moments. You see hope beginning to fade for a moment. And you see a few individuals that you've helped along the way. Sorry, I needed a drink. You see Valzir making his way along the wall. You see Borlian making his way along the wall. You see Durka and the rest of the Minotaurs all making their way up to the wall and finding their place among the battlements, ready to do whatever they can. You watch as an entire brigade of soldiers led by the guard master and guard captain of this town, made up of Imperium, made up of Eldrician soldiers, and made up of the own members of your resistance, all begin filing their way towards the gate to defend it if it should fall. You see archers readying their arrows, not pulling their strings, just knocking the arrow onto the bowstring and holding themselves ready until a further command is given. And you watch as the people you have guided and helped along the way, including the Countess Lavana briefly, as she just makes her way into the thing. She says a few words to some of the soldiers on their way past, and you see them bolster as well. You watch it was what few allies you've made, what valuable allies you've made, do their part to see it that this city remains defended. You see people who are about to leave their posts beginning to rally. You see Valzir standing there, a gladiator at first, someone trained to entertain and rally people to his cause, beginning to lead his own. And you see as the men on the wall steel themselves for what is about to come. And you watch, actually you hear more accurately on either side of you, kind of resounding off of the ocean waves and bouncing amongst between the cliff sides and the mountains here, the sound of cannon fire. And you watch as cannonball after cannonball begin to rain in from the sea, and you just hear explosions kind of on the other side of the walls that you can't see. You see body parts flying into the air, and the siege of Southwatch has truly begun. You hear a command from the wall, "Archers! Loose!" And everyone begins firing. You watch as the Imperium archers ready their magical arrows and fire them, and explosions caused, or as big as the ones caused by the cannonballs, begin to fill the air. And you watch as arrow after arrow, spell after spell is just being fired into whatever mass of bodies lies beyond the wall. It is time. It's time. You see the priestess Dimnia breathing. She begins reading from the pages in front of her. As she does, her hand begins to glow gold, and the words on the page begin to glow. The runes on the floor begin to glow, and a bright golden light kind of encircles this entire altar as she stands there focused, saying her prayers, clutching her holy symbol. They are coming! And you watch as from the very ground beneath you, 3 translucent individuals begin to rise up, materializing straight out of the ground itself. Ooh, I need my GM screen.
Good translucent or bad translucent?
Bad. I mean, likely bad translucent. So
Okay.
Purpley green translucent?
Vibe check, translucent time.
Vibe
It's a
check.
bad vibe.
So
Scary boo.
Ooh, that one's gonna appear there. That one's gonna appear over there. Where would you guys like to be for this ritual, by the way? You should probably choose where your spots are, as if you don't know where the bad guys are materializing.
So to be like right next to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was probably
Oh, I'm
just gonna
huge.
be next
Thank you
to
for
it.
the subby, Witch Doctor. I
Holy
appreciate you.
shit!
Why am I so big?
I got a massive munch.
Oh.
Someone cast
God.
enlarge on you.
Why am I so...
I'm s-
Oh, I know why.
Fuck.
Because the map that I selected the mini on, he was huge.
Oh,
Oh, you changed his name. Perfect. Love that.
and his icon, yeah.
Cool.
That might also be why.
No, I know exactly why.
I
That's
want
my.
to be huge, though.
You don't get to be. You don't get to be big. Not today.
That is all right. I
Yeah.
have large cock.
You have a large cock that will carry you through the day. Roll a D100. Yeah! So Ren, exclamation point D100 in the chat. Let's see. So far it's been beautiful day, but as the clouds and the kind of necrotic
Thanks,
black
Ricky.
smoke currently pouring, big dick energy, love that, currently pouring out of Pillarstone has finally reached the city, the weather begins to shift. We'll see what Corey puts in the chat. Exclamation point D100.
Am I cool to be there, DM? Where I'm at on the?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, you
not,
can.
like, part
You
of
can.
the. Okay.
I mean, it is. You're actively standing in glowing golden light, but you gather it's not like important enough that you can't walk on it, kind of shit. It's not a
Okay,
big deal.
I'll just go over here. I just didn't want to be like in like rubbing off ruins or something.
No,
What are you
you're
doing, man,
good.
Duka?
Oh,
I'm
you're
putting
good.
my hooves.
Okay, so we got JT, we got Ilsevere, we got Tuka, Gregory. Where you at?
Bop, bop.
And
Go. There it is.
Okay, everyone.
Let me drag him. Drag. There he is.
You might have to
Boop.
refresh roll 20 sometimes.
Got a 20 on that weather check.
A 20? Okay, okay, that's actually not bad. Whee.
Rolling initiative.
Make sure you click your mini first. Y'all, I'm playing Fortnite. Hell yeah! Thank you for playing, fucking coming and hanging while you're playing Fortnite. I appreciate you. So 20. The weather begins to shift. This
Santa Claus.
dark cloud. Who the fuck knows, dude? Who knows? But you can know. 25 is Ilsevere. It shows as Ilsevere.
Wait, is that it? Yeah, that's what it is,
Yeah,
20.
you got nat 20. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Stanny's still in there. He shouldn't be in there. He shouldn't be in. What the hell is going? I literally, the initiative order was clear before I did this. I'm annoyed. Got a 12, a 3, and okay. So you guys aren't up at the top. That's not y'all. Got it. Y'all are down here. Cool. The priestess is just gonna take her turn on the top. You have no idea how long this ritual is gonna take, but she's focusing all of her energies on it. You watch as these 3, for lack of a better term, ghosts, the horse. You watch as the 3 ghosts just appear out of the ground, materializing lungless or airless lungs, creating soundless words as they just. And it looks like they're trying to speak, but they're coming at you with malice in their hearts or in their eyes. What do you guys want to do as these 3 individuals appear before you?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna. I'll look at the priestess. Stay here. Continue your ritual.
Doesn't even acknowledge you. She's just in it. Her eyes at this point have begun to glow gold. She's praying with her hand over the book while the other just desperately clutches at the holy symbol.
And I'm just gonna loop around here and start punching ghosts.
Start
Ghostface
punching.
killer!
Start punching ghosts. Love
Big
that.
question mark.
I mean, you are
Punching
at this
ghosts?
level of monk. You have magic fists, if I'm not mistaken. So
I
yeah,
do,
you
yes.
can punch ghosts. Absolutely. So you watch as Ilsevere just like flexes out the hands and goes over, ready to square up with these specter like ghosts that have appeared.
I'm hitting it with my staff, but
fair enough. Fair enough.
okay. So here we go.
This is not battle toony enough. Come on.
Okay. I'm hitting it with my fists. 17 and 27.
Both hit. Both hit fairly easily. You gather these two. They look slightly different than the one that came up in the middle. These two also have what looks like collars about their necks, almost to the ones you guys would have worn in your day, under the whips of the Imperium. And there's chains kind of hanging from each of their wrists, and they're kind of just floating, and these chains kind of jangle as they do so. So you definitely hit 7 and 11. Easily done.
And then for my bonus action, I am going to do some stuff with Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
Here's the unarmed strike. Blows, first one, 25 hits, right?
Yeah, that'll do it. It's not.
So
they don't have a particularly high AC. This is phase 1 of the battle.
That much necrotic damage from the hand of harm.
Okay.
Some extra necrotic energy pulses from the strike.
Unfortunately, immune to necrotic.
Cool. Just wanted to test.
Yeah, as
Doing
you
that on
punch,
Flurry of
there's
Blows
the
doesn't
flash.
cost a key point.
Word, the flash of necrotic energy goes off, and you notice it seems to have no effect. But your punches do, and you watch as you just walk up and mostly just pound shots into this creature until it vanishes around you in a cloud of smoke. Yes, it's gone. But on initiative 20, other stuff happens. We'll see what goes
I
down.
have 55 feet of movement, which is
Okay.
just enough to get me there.
Hell yeah.
That's a punchable thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Technically. Do you have any attacks left?
I have one more Flurry of Blow. I only used one of them. For 8 bludgeoning.
Yeah, you did. You did. That's true. Go ahead.
Okay. This thing is different. Can you describe it to me again?
It is entirely a ghost in and of itself, whereas the one you just beat to a pulp had an Imperium collar on and chains on the wrists. Looked like it likely
14.
died in captivity. 14 on that one is going to be enough. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Cool.
13 points. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You step forward, and as this ghost just turns towards you again, just soundlessly mouthing words to you in anger, you just pop right into the stomach, and you watch as it kind of dematerializes and then kind of appears in front of you. Will that be your turn?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Mantuka, you're up. You watch as Ilsevere just begins unleashing blow after blow against these creatures. What do you want to do?
It is me. It is my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I'm going to do is I would like to have my mouse go where I wanted to. And I'm going to move over here, and
Sure.
I'm going to make some precise, reckless halberd attacks at this ghost-like form.
Okay. You just step forward with your magical halberd, kind of trying to carve into this creature, similar to how you watched Ilsevere do it. What are you doing? Let's
I
see the
would.
rolls.
Now
Reckless?
I'm just. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely. I always reckless. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, they're not solid, but they're enough to hit it.
Okay.
God, why are you sucking so hard?
10 points.
So that's 7 because I'm not raging yet.
Okay,
I'll
7.
take my second attack because I'm lame ass bull. Recklessly.
You got the.
There we go. That's
that'll do
better.
it.
That's better,
25 will do.
Mantuka.
You only have to beat like an 11. It's just a ghost. It's just ghosting its shit around you right now.
It's just a pride thing right now, Patch. Pride thing.
What's up, Tor?
And that's 10 points of slashing awesome damage.
Love that. Love that. 10 points. Okay. You step forward with the halberds, carving through the ghost once, stabbing through it, and every time you do, your halberd just kind of dissipates the creature and it kind of returns back to its shape. That actually would probably be enough to kill that one, now that I'm thinking about it. So as you carve through it the last time, it tries to reform this kind of face just screaming at you through the mist. No sound coming from it at all as it just fades away into nothing, and it looks like there's just one left. Is that your turn?
That would be me.
Okay, beautiful. Good
Hurt
turn.
me.
Uh,
Hurt
Gr-
me.
Gregory, you watch as your two teammates quickly dispose of a pair of ghosts that have just risen up through the floor of this temple. What are you doing?
Gregory's gonna go ahead and step forward, hands drumming the box, and he's gonna say, okay, keep it contained. You gotta keep this going for a while. Steps out to the front of the podium, opens up the box, and... Can I? Yeah, I can. A porcelain blue, white almost mask comes flying up very, very gently, and it blinks at one of them, and I'm gonna cast Frostbite.
Okay.
That's a 16 con save from the ghost.
What kind of damage? Cold?
Yes. Frosty.
So, no damage.
Shit.
No save necessary. As you cast the spell, you notice this kind of crackling ice try to form over the creature, just dissipate as it can't find purchase on anything. It seems like this creature, being as cold as death itself, is likely invulnerable to any kind of cold damage.
Damn it. Would the other half of the spell make effect?
Not if it's immune to cold damage, I would say no.
Damn.
But the other half of the spell is disadvantage on shit? No, I must say no.
Damn it. Wait, which way is it?
Also immune to charmed, exhausted, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained. So, just so you guys are aware.
God damn.
Just so you know.
God damn these
Just so
ghosts. I thought that was bonus action. The little mask kind of floats down very, very quietly and ashamedly, and I close the box. And Gregory's gonna back up.
Okay.
I want to keep this person as safe as possible. I am right in front of them, almost like.
So the thing in front of her,
outstretched.
the thing in front of her is like a raised altar in front of her, basically like you'd see in a church where priests would stand, and the book is on top of it. So if you want to stand on the desk, fuck yeah, you can do that. Just every time she looks up from reading her book, your ass is just gonna be right there. Just
love that.
Right there, right there. She's just casting.
Being
As you stand up in front of her, she's focusing all of her energy onto this prayer. You hear the words she is currently channeling. I don't believe. Do you speak Celestial?
No, just Elvish.
You do not understand what he's saying.
I do.
Ilsevere, you would just hear the words of the very almost standard prayer of protection from the god of Torm himself. She's just reciting it. And you gather at this point, she's almost gone through a couple repeats. And she's just channeling all of her and just repeating these phrases over and over again, trying to maintain this. Doesn't look like she's made any progress yet, but she's working. Gregory, that'll be you.
Shit.
Yep.
So JT the Just, what would you like to do? There's one ghost left, as far as you can see.
How high up is the altar total?
It's not very far. It's like 4 feet. Like so the stairs go up about 4 feet, and then there's a platform, and then it's about a 3-foot high altar on that. Comes up to about waist level.
So I could probably just hop off that end then.
Kerbo, you have, or Kerbo gave JT advantage. So JT, you have advantage.
Perfect.
Thank you, Kerbo.
So
Welcome
I can
in.
just hop off that ledge then.
Oh yeah, it's just a small step down. It's not like a raised it's more of just like a small speaking platform where one could deliver a sermon or something like that.
When I get here, I'm gonna look back to the priest or the cleric. Stay
priest.
safe. As I cast Sanctuary on him with my bonus action.
Ooh. Okay.
So anything that tries to attack her for the next minute has to make a DC 20 Wisdom save
Okay.
to even attempt to attack her.
Okay, love that.
Holy shit, his spell DC is high. His spell DC is high, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to here.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna look to this thing, and I need you to make me a DC 20 Dexterity saving throw.
That ain't happening. 4.
Alright, as I cast Sacred Flame.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
For 21 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Peace!
Holy shit.
Not quite enough, but damn. You watch as this bright, blinding burst of radiant light whoosh, engulfs this creature in holy flame. It flails about, and as it just reappears, pieces of it have begun to float off. It's almost more cloud than form of human. It's barely hanging on, but it is just at the cusp of its life. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Where did my window go? Okay, next up is going to be the ghost. Ilsevere, as it recovers from this holy flame that it just was engulfed in, it looks towards you and just stares directly into your eyes. I need you to make me a DC 15 charisma saving throw, please.
Dude, if you get fucking
I'm
possessed,
gonna use
I'm
my
done with you.
inspiration.
Can you use your inspiration?
Oh my god, Chris!
Okay. The ghost reaches out, and as its hand grazes against your chest, you feel it trying to push itself inside your very being and
Fuck
take over from within, but you just smack it out of the way, and you manage to resist the save. Your force of personality being more so than its, unfortunately.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Okay, cool. And then it is going to... Okay. It is going to activate... No, that's an action to do, so I don't... It doesn't say it can't. Whoop. I need everyone to make me a DC 13 wisdom saving throw, please. As this creature, after failing its attempt to possess, or at least invade the space of your comrade, looks at you all with this ghastly, horrific expression as the jaw slowly stretches downward and this soundless scream just reverberates towards you. Everyone who's below a 13, which is JT and Mantuka, you are frightened of the creature. If you failed by 5 or more, which neither of you did, unfortunately, you are afraid of it for 1d4 times 10 years.
Years. Years.
Yeah.
That is fucking hate.
You have to fail
love
by
it.
you have to fail by 5 or more. And now everyone who succeeded is immune to it. Unfortunately, you guys are not. And you are now frightened for 1 minute, both of you.
The only other spell I've heard measured in years is Geas or Geas.
You're just afraid of this one specific ghost for years. Like, that's hilarious. You just have nightmares of this
Not
one
even
ghost.
Therapy will do anything.
Nope. However, that will be its turn.
God.
At the start of the round, she's going to just continue channeling the energy. You watch as the glowing from her hand begins to glow brighter and brighter, and this glow begins to emanate from the book itself, almost beginning to fill the temple and spread from there in almost a very similar fashion to how the giant death clouds spread from Pillarstone towards the lot of you, bringing with it the army of the undead. This is almost the exact opposite in every way in terms of appearance. Same basic movement, though. That being said, at the top of the order... Where'd my dudes go? Okay, so I'm going to mark mark the ones that are capable of possessing people as red. Not that you guys know that, but I need to know that. Dude.
Good.
That's possessing. Dude.
Oh.
Oh?
No, there are 3 of them.
Now there are 3 of them. I want to take the red dot off of that guy, though. Sweet.
So for me, the guy I'm frightened at is this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
one with the red dot is the one you're frightened of currently. I guess that one with the red dot. The one
Okay, Roger.
So at the top of the order, you all, seeing this one opponent now left over, beginning to diminish itself in its process, you're all starkly surprised when you hear, not hear so much as feel a chilling cold begin to run up your spine. And as you look, just peering slowly out of the ground around you, you see yet another ghost begin to form. They will take their initiative order, however, on the ghost turn, just so I don't have to have 60 million orders going at once. So at the top of the turn, you see more ghosts beginning to come through the floor. Some begin flying in from out of the town even. It seems like your place is being assaulted by ghosts a little bit. That being said, Ilsevere, you're up. There's one currently in front of you, just barely hanging on by a thread. Ooh, chicken nuggies. Shout out chicken nuggies. Want chicken nuggies?
I'm gonna roundhouse kick this one.
I'm favorite thing about monks. I'm gonna roundhouse kick the ghost.
16.
Okay. 16 will hit. 16 is gonna do it.
13.
Okay. That'll be enough for that one.
Okay, good.
How do you dispose of that ghost?
I suppose it's just so if you guys notice his fighting style, it's not quite so refined and like elegant as you would expect from a monk. It's more he has really loose clothes, so a lot of it like relies on that for hiding where his strikes are coming from. So it's just kind of like a big blur of spinning cloth, and the ghost just disappears as his foot goes through his head.
Nice.
It's like fighting a Joanne Fabrics come to life.
Amazing.
Oh no. Okay. So that one dissipates entirely. See, this one has appeared behind JT the Just. And just that one I would say you wouldn't be able to see because the platform's 3 feet high or 4 feet high, and then the altar's another 4 feet high, 4 feet high. So that one's out of your view, but you do see one materialize behind JT the Just.
Neat. I'm gonna do a front flip over both of them.
Oh, okay. Easily done.
There.
JT, you're like readying yourself to go assist Ilsevere as you feel this chill up your spine. You look over and see this ghost appearing behind you, and as you look back, you see Ilsevere plant 1 foot off your shield. Roll me an acrobatics check as you flip over them, please and thank you. Yeah, JT?
With that one being dead, me and Mantuga are free of frightened, or are we still frightened?
You are free of frightened, yes.
Nice.
Okay.
And if you're not using a shield, he plants off your knee. Whatever he can find. 12? It's not very graceful. It's not very beautiful, but it's the bare minimum. So as he flips over, he lands just barely holding it together, and you find yourself now between 2 of these different spirits.
Good. I'll just come through with a nice right hook on this guy.
Okay, as you land over,
JT.
crack it right in the side of its ghost face. 29 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. These ones don't have a whole lot of HP. These are the squishies. 8's not gonna do it, but 8 is substantial.
Okay.
You just
We will
crack, and there's this flash of necrotic energy, even though that doesn't take effect. Every time he lands a punch, there's just poof, poof, or that's on the flurry, but either way.
Yeah, no, I have to trigger that.
That's fine.
I'll just take an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Bonus action.
Go
Not a
ahead.
flurry of blows.
Nat 20.
Nat 20!
So I will tell you, you can roll to see how much damage you do, but just
Min is
sheer
13.
min is, yeah, that's enough. That is gonna do it. What's up, goblins? Welcome in, buddy.
So,
We are
yeah.
good. Okay.
So,
You do the flip over and just crack this ghost in the side. This shouldn't be able to connect with the ethereal nature of it, but as you do, your monk training giving you the knowledge on how to fight this creature, you land your shots into it, and it vanishes into a little cloud as well.
and then I will come over and give Mantuka some flanks.
Okay, we got some Mantuka flanks. Okay.
And my turn.
All right, Tuka, you're up. There's a ghost that just appeared out of the ground within 5 feet of your range. What are you doing?
100%. Would I have seen the other one sneaking up on the altar from where I'm at?
Where you're at? Yeah, you would have picked up on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I am going to attack the one in front of me joyously.
At advantage because you're flanking, so no need to reckless.
No need to reckless, but I'm gonna rage because it feels like
Feels right.
that kind of time.
Fair.
So I'm gonna rage, and I am going to make 1 of 2 of my halberd attacks at it.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got advantage. Loser, let's go, Peter. Oh, D&D. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, we'll take the first one.
Okay.
With a 23 to hit him.
Probably take the first one. Yeah, 23 is gonna do it.
14, 15, 17.
Okay.
And my second attack, he's still erect.
Oh, very much. These ones you gather a little harder to disperse than the ones that are currently bound in chain. It's still gonna hit though. Fuck.
for 19 points of emotional
Okay, hold on.
damage.
Your first blow carves through the creature. You kind of have to choke up on the halberd a bit to avoid cutting into Elsevier, and you kind of just jam the other half in. The magical properties of your weapon managing to find purchase on this creature. It unfortunately does not disperse, but it is taking a sizable amount of damage. And at this point, it's kind of beginning to have trouble manifest its form again.
And with that, I am going to move, just staying within this range, not invoking anything.
Mhm.
Always have 2 to the altar. There's 1 coming up.
Okay. Yeah, Elsevier, you look over and now you notice this ghost just materializing out of the floor behind the priestess who is currently channeling this ritual. That being said, Gregory...
Take care of this one. I'll go over there.
Fair. Gregory, your attention is drawn to the one that's just appearing up behind you, and it looks like Mantuka and Elsevier currently got themselves engaged with, It's
First of all, happy
it's officially...
DM day to the best DM in the whole wide world.
That's awesome.
We love you, baby.
Love you too. Mwah. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Free drops for the DM after.
Now let me kill your characters!
Now back to dying.
This is the easy part of the fight.
Imagine a TPK on DM day. Look at that.
Don't put that energy out there.
Mm.
Gregory's gonna go ahead and notice that person thing, ghost, glob, come around the corner and step between. No. Just saying that the whole time. We're kind of skirting over. No. And I'm gonna cast. I can't even use a level 1 spell right now. Firebolt. So that's gonna, and I'm gonna use the advantage from Insomnia Knight because I need a 20.
Mm-hmm. You're also within. You're within 5 feet of it, so ranged attack is at disadvantage. Unless you have Warcaster. Do you have Warcaster?
No. So does that mean I can use advantage to equal it out?
Yep.
That's awesome. I'll use this then.
16 will do it. Yeah, that's more than enough. Yay! Go ahead and roll your damage.
So a tiny little fox demon flitters out of the box and flies at them and scratches their face for 6 fiery scratching fox damage.
Don't think that's enough. No, not quite enough to do it. So this fire fox appears and bursts in this ghost face, scratching at it with his little fire claws and this little firebolt. The 6 damage, not quite gonna do the trick, but it looks like it's already beginning to have trouble maintaining its form. You gather these guys are quite squishy. That being said, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm just trying my best to do the same thing. I have my arms down. I'm like, no.
Okay. JT the Just, it is your turn.
All right. Hearing Mantuka, I'm going to go up this way and then around.
You can call me Daddy.
Daddy works.
Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
Daddy Mantuka.
We're not that close yet. We're getting there.
We're gonna be closer. Make sure to call me Daddy. 100% equals 10%.
Once I get here,
I love my guys.
I'm gonna look to this creature. Seeing Gregory next to it, I'm just gonna hold my hand out, and I need it to make me another dexterity saving throw.
It's going to fail. It failed. I can tell you right now, is gonna be enough. 22 damage. Doubles because it's fucking susceptible to radiant, of course, being an undead. And this creature just vanishes in a gout of holy sacred flame. Unfortunately, does not manage to manifest itself any further. Big set.
And with my bonus action, I'm just gonna pull out the hammer as I grab it and I hold it towards the last creature standing. Because I'm out of movement. I'm just gonna say, "Stirrt Yvonne," as it starts glowing a radiant light.
Ooh! And you all watch as the hammer, wielded by Stanislav for some time in a similar fashion, begins to glow brightly, back in the hands of its original wielder. You see a familiarity there. Okay, so you activate it. Easily done.
Served him well.
The fucking ghost got out of the initiative order when I deleted the other one. It was a 2, so he's just going to go at the top of the order now, because that's the last spot, technically. He is going to look towards you, Mantuka, this time, and the ghost is going to reach out and draw one hand onto your chest and, again, try to absorb itself into your being. I need a DC 15 charisma save, please.
Oh, I don't know how I will. Okay, charisma. Okay, what do I need?
15.
All right, boys. Well, let's see how this goes. Yep, just as good as I thought it would.
So you all watch as this ghost comes into contact with Mantuka's chest. Its entire being just goes right inside of Mantuka. Mantuka, you feel your consciousness pushed to the background as whatever has just taken over your body is now currently in control of you. So you're incapacitated and now lose control of your body. So you're aware of everything that's happening right now. You can see everything that's going on.
Someone's living rent-free in my head.
And that will be... I'm going to take the ghost. We're just going to put him down there so I remember he's still here. And I'm going to put a red dot on Mantuka because Mantuka is currently possessed. So you all watch as this creature goes into Mantuka's chest, and you watch as his gaze shifts from where the ghost once was to Ilsevere next to him, and you see his grip tighten on his weapon. Ilsevere, it looks like Mantuka is about to act in a very hostile fashion towards you. What would you like to do?
Okay. And I can tell that the ghost just went into him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shit.
You watch that transformation. The eyes kind of haze over white completely. All the color is gone.
The big man's turned hostile temporarily. I'm gonna cast darkness on myself.
Okay.
So, 15-foot radius, now just dark. But I can see through it, because I have Devil's Sight.
Okay.
I'm also in this darkness.
Yeah.
It's
Fine. I'm controlling you now.
That's a tomorrow problem.
That is a
Just leave
tomorrow
the darkness
problem.
there.
Down here.
Okay.
How
big's the darkness? It's on you?
The 15-foot radius.
Okay, so we're gonna...
Centered on me.
go
And it
here.
moves with me.
Or, 15 feet. Gray, I guess we'll do. There you go.
Okay, so that's my action. And for my bonus action, I'm going to use an unarmed strike on Mantuka. Non-lethally. I'm basically trying to pressure point him. Not like calling a shot, but you understand what I'm trying to do.
We just, for flavor's sake, right?
The stunning strike.
Oh, you're casting a stunning strike. Okay. 26 to hit you, Mantuka. That's gonna actually, I'm controlling
fuck
Mantuka
your
now.
shit.
I am controlling Mantuka now. Whee!
So it's 6 non-lethal bopping damage. Basically punch you in the neck. You need to make.
Okay. 6 bludgeoning damage to Mantuka. 6.
I don't know if I'm still raging, but I was raging.
You are.
Before
Yep,
this.
you are still
Okay,
raging.
just so
Everything
you know.
carries over, so that would be only 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine. Alright, that's good. And he needs to make a DC 18 con save.
Oh, okay. No problem. No, apparently problem.
You are stunned until the...
No, also, I had disadvantage, so... 10. It's worse. So... As he's possessed, the stun just takes over completely.
Chop you in your neck. Hoping to trigger a save, but it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. Mantuka is just stock still at his turn. Which should be next.
I am going to...
In the darkness.
I'm gonna move back a bunch so that they can see him.
Okay. Alright. And now it's Mantuka's turn. At the end of your turn, nothing happens because you're stunned. The ghost is now having lungs and a voice box that works. Gregory, you're up. You see Mantuka just absent-mindedly standing there with the eyes just hazed over, completely white. What are you doing?
Gregory spins around after seeing the ghost in front of him. Poof! Seeing that and just... Oh, Jesus! Just this might work. Jumps on the broom, pulls it out one swift motion, just hup, hup. And I want to putter right next to him. And as soon as I get right next to him, I just flip the box open, and you just hear the sound of a vacuum cleaner. And I'd like to cast Banishment on Mantuka.
Okay.
On Mantuka.
Okay. Go ahead and what's the save on
I think
that?
it's a 16 charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw from Mantuka.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Charisma? 14. Not gonna do it. So he bloops out of existence. Where does he go? I think it's the where did
Harmless demiplane.
harmless demiplane.
Harmless demiplane.
They're supposed to go to their home
And
plane, and if they there for the whole time, they stay there. That's not.
Yeah, if the
necessarily how it
target
works.
is native to a different plane of existence, the target is banished to with a faint plot returning to its home plane.
Cool.
So would that separate the ghost and Mantuka because they're from different planes?
No, unfortunately, as he is possessing the body of Mantuka, as you banish the body, Mantuka and the ghosts disappear completely.
Where did he go?
But you have a minute that you don't have to worry about it.
You have a minute. You do not have to worry about
Oh
it.
yeah.
We're just gonna
Into the box.
I guess we'll put a timer. You get a little clock. You got 1 minute. Yes, 10 rounds. Use them well. Okay.
All right. Well, I will shadow where he will come back.
Good. Okay, well, I think, my only other idea is to just kind of keep hitting him until it pops out. Oh, God. It's gonna hurt him.
Don't know how these things work.
Roll me a religion check. Everyone who's
Yep.
proficient.
Oh, that's not me then, never mind.
Not.
If you're not proficient, it's at disadvantaged.
Oh,
9. JT,
Got you.
I feel like
Also
JT.
9.
14.
9.
Okay, so 12 was the score you needed. Damn. No one gets it. You have no idea what the best way to solve this problem is. You have no fucking clue. And the woman
Yeah.
who's channeling the spell is of no help. She's completely in
Okay, I
another
use
world
my
right now.
advantage.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, for anything. You can use your inspiration for a free reroll, Z2, if you want. Might be a bit of a longer
I
session,
would've
so we're
got
probably
it.
going to take a second break tonight. Nope, still nothing.
It's better, but not great.
It was a 10. No, you got no idea what the best way to deal with this is. You know there is something inside of Mantuka and you need to get it out. You're not sure how. But you do have at least an idea that it being a ghost is probably going to take some kind of holy magic to get rid of. Do with that what you will.
Does anybody have any holy water?
No.
I do not, but I have. I can try to remove a curse.
It's worth a shot. Back.
All right, well, as soon as we're ready, I can open up the box and let him out.
Mantuka
Okay, I'm
just
gonna drop the darkness.
8 more turns.
goes.
Can you remove the darkness from me, please?
You want to drop it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I want everyone to be able to see. Alright, we should proceed with the plan. I will try to grab him, I suppose.
You're all holding your actions to beat on Mantuka when he gets
I'm
back.
gonna ready action to cast remove curse to see if it works.
Okay.
This is industrial whack-a-mole.
Like,
Yeah,
but
okay,
it's
so what
me.
is everyone doing? We have a remove curse. We have someone preparing to beat or grab Mantuka. Gregory, what about you? What's your action that you're holding?
I tap the box and say, "Hey, you little freaky goblin guy, as soon as I open this box, you jump out too." And I'm holding fairy fire for as soon as he comes out.
Fucking Whackatuka, let's go. Okay. All right. So you guys sit, and as she's focusing on this ritual, it doesn't take much longer for her to finish. So as she's standing there, her hand over, before Mantuka ever comes back, you see the golden glow begin to emanate brighter and brighter, completely engulfing her until she is just a silhouette of golden, bright, holy light. And as she flashes her hand one last time, you notice as a wave of golden kind of radiant energy just disperses out from the temple, and you watch it spread through the entire town, climb over the walls, and then dissipate. And you hope that just maybe her prayers were answered. And at that point, Mantuka reappears before all of you.
Possesstuka!
Possessed by a ghost. What do you do?
I go to full Nelson him.
Thank you, Kayla.
Well, I
Okay,
guess.
roll me a grapple, so athletics versus Mantuka's athletics or acrobatics. Tuka, you can roll for yourself. I'll let you roll. I'll just tell you what you're doing while you're possessed. Just so
Sweet.
you,
What am I? You want me to roll athletics? I mean,
athletics or
no.
acrobatics, your choice.
Good roll
Athletics.
acrobatics.
God, that's really bad.
No.
18. You do succeed, technically.
I
so-
know, but
there you go.
I'm better than that.
Yeah. So you try to get him in a grapple, throw the full Nelson on him, and he just flexes the arm shoulders, the shoulder muscles, and your fingers aren't able to get a full grip, and he breaks the
Quickly do it.
grapple. JT will be next, and then Ryan last.
Yeah, I put my hand on his chest and I cast Remove Curse.
Okay.
Nothing happens, then so be it.
Just in terms of the possession, it lasts until the body drops to 0 hit points. The ghost ends it as a bonus action, or the ghost is turned or forced out by an effect like Dispel Evil or Good. I don't think Break Curse. Yeah. No. Unfortunately, that's not going to do it. The spell takes, and you gather that it's not a curse affecting Mantuka so much as it is a spirit currently pushing his personality to the background and taking over his body.
Life choice.
It was a good idea. Unfortunately, it takes a 5th
Now I can
level.
see what it's like on fighting a teammate.
Yep. Now you guys, this is going to be fun. Gregory, you're next, and then we're going to start the order with Mantuka because he's the only one who didn't get to do anything.
As soon as the box opens and lets him out, out comes a little green goblin holding a big sack. Just go, and he starts throwing glitter all over Mantuka. And that's gonna
It's never
be.
coming out of his fur.
What's the range of
Yeah.
fairy fire, by the way?
It is a 20-foot square.
Okay. So if you're casting that on him, JT the Just and Ilsevere will
evocation?
also have to save against it. It's
No.
not an evocation spell.
Is it?
It's like an area effect.
It
It is
is.
a full area. Is it an
Oh.
A
evocation?
glitter of effect.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that shit.
I didn't know. I didn't think it was either, actually.
One second. I want to check something. Spell sculpting.
As long as it's an evocation spell.
Mm,
1 plus the
Yeah.
spell level.
yeah, no, I'd say that checks out. Works for me. So you can protect 2
Yeah.
of your friends from it. And then
Beautiful.
Mantuka needs to make a save, I believe.
The little goblin only throws it on Mantuka. He looks at the other 2 with handfuls for each of them, but goes,
What does the save Mantuka needs to make?
Yeah, what's the save?
16 dex. Sorry.
Make it sound like it's a
17
question.
dex.
17 dex. Oh, okay. I can see this happening? Yeah. So it's
Mm-hmm. Technically,
Okay, cool.
yes, you can. So it is at advantage because it's an effect you can see.
Oop.
14.
14's not gonna cut it.
Hey!
So all attacks against you are at advantage until that wears off, I believe. How long
That
does
is
take to
correct
wear
for
off?
1 minute.
Neat.
Okay.
And you're glowing, so you can't turn invisible, you crafty cow.
Yes, with all my visibility spells. What color am I shimmering?
I
What's
would
color
say
the
it's
fairy
a
fire?
dull shade of brown.
Dull
You
shade.
got shit brown
Brown
fairy
lights.
fire.
Thanks for painting
Enjoy
that
it.
picture for me, Ryan.
Enjoy
Brown
the
fairy fire.
enjoy the shit brown
Just a
fairy fire.
warm poop glow.
I hate everything about that. As you glow with poop, Mantuka, it is your turn. So, how many attacks do you have? Just out of curiosity.
2.
2? 2 plus bonus action backhand, correct?
Yes, because I've already raged, so I've got yes.
Okay. So you're gonna make an attack against Gregory, who just cast
Am I-
fairy fire on you.
Am I recklessly doing this?
Yeah, I think you
Probably?
are. Yeah, I think you are. I feel like you're probably recklessing this.
Oh, apologies.
Can I use my reaction to hit him? Because Sentinel?
Sure. Technically. So Ryan, does a 28 hit you?
I don't know, I have to check.
You take 17 points of slashing damage, and I need a Constitution save to maintain fairy fire, please.
And boom.
Keep up
Those
my
spirit.
poop galore.
18 will
Nice.
hit Mantuka, so roll your damage. A nat 20. Okay, Gregory, you maintain concentration.
And
Yay!
Advantage.
Second attack.
You are technically
Hold
at
on.
advantage.
Stunning strike.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Mantuka.
Okay, I'm very good at this stuff.
That's what I
Not
thought.
today.
And then I rolled shit.
Not today.
What's the save? 18 or 16?
18.
Okay. So,
Ooh, okay,
as you launch your first strike against the creature, you feel as a fist hits you right in the spine.
No!
And your whole back just seizes up tight, and you are stunned until Elsevire's next round. Love that. That being said, that'll be the rest of your turn. Gregory.
Hey
you're
Chris,
up.
will you allow me to get my bonus action attack in there? Because if I'm losing an entire attack,
No, because you're attacking us. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would.
Gregory, Gregory,
so I'm
we have a
Chris
lot. We
better.
have a lot to get through, guys. We still have another whole half of this fight. Gregory, what's up? What are you doing?
Gregory's gonna go, and I don't feel good about this. Opens up the box, and that same blue-white mask comes out, and I'm gonna need a Con 16 save from Mantuka for frostbite.
Okay. Love that.
So, whoop, neat, and boop boop. So you're gonna take 10 points of frost damage, and you have disadvantage on your next attack.
Okay. So
Sweet.
you got those HP off, right? You got that?
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Gregory, that your turn? Any movement or anything you'd like to use?
No, I'm scared.
Okay. JT the Just. You see Mantuka currently just overridden by this this phantom-like creature that made its way inside. The dramatic chip crunch fucking killed me.
I'm gonna look to the others. Look to the others. Are we dropping him, or should I try something else?
It was up to you.
I have iron hooves.
I'm gonna grab my holy symbol and I'm gonna channel divinity, turn undead to see if it'll leave him.
Oh. Okay.
Does that not also affect you because you're technically undead?
Not how that works, unfortunately.
Technically, reborn don't count as undead. I looked it
Yeah,
up.
so fun fact, ghosts can't be targeted by any attack, spell, or other effect except ones that turn undead. So, as you cast Turn Undead, you watch as this creature just comes out of the back of Mantuka, almost silhouetting him as it does, and there's currently a ghost just floating about, like, in the 5-foot region above Mantuka, currently.
Okay.
He does make a wisdom save.
Oh, okay.
DC 18.
Okay, I mean, Tuka, go ahead and make the save. And we'll
Sure,
see if the-
what's it?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom. Ah, fuck. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
17?
Fail. It's 18.
Oh, okay. So the ghost comes out of your body. You are no longer possessed, Mantuka. On your next turn, you are able to act freely as you please. JT, is that you?
That is my action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay, Ilsevere, you're up.
Great, seeing this. Let's end this ghost.
Don't get close to it, it sucks your face.
I am punching your ghost.
17 will hit. 27 will hit.
Neat.
Go ahead, roll. It doesn't have much HP left. Like, it's not doing great. Okay.
25 total.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
So, go ahead and describe your kill. As it seems like the last ghost has appeared at this point, the channeling has been completed, and there's just this one standing left. How do you dispose of it?
So, seeing how it's above Mantuka this time, I'm just gonna take my staff and choke it up as long as I can get it, and basically just fucking ungloriously baseball swing through this thing, and then whoosh, right down on top of it.
Okay. Love that. So, more than enough to dispose of it. As you do, the staff just breaks right through the body entirely, kind of dispersing it completely. You all stand in what is now mostly silent temple. But where before there was no sound, only men readying themselves for battle, you now hear the sounds of pitched battle happening along the entirety of the southern city wall. You see archers unleashing barrage after barrage into the group. And then you watch as out of the sky, just barely cutting through the black clouds that have formed, this massive dragon that you have all fought on several occasions before, fly down, torch the entire wall in the process, along with all of the men upon it, and they all fall dead to the ground. Skin black and crispy, drained of any life whatsoever. And there they remain. You hear the sounds of warning. Dragon! Coming out throughout the entire sea. You see ballista beginning to fire an arc into the sky. Some with chain, some without. Ones with chain, as they kind of reach their limit, are pulled back in to reload again. You see a few take hit, and the dragon flies past and begins to make another pass down. And as it makes its way towards Southwatch, we're going to take our second break of tonight and get into the second phase of the combat when we come back. We're going to take a quick 5, everybody. Be back in 5 minutes. We won't be long. We'll see y'all in just a few. Thank everyone who's been here and hanging out. We know it's a long one today, but I love you guys for being here and getting through all of this with us. We'll see you in 5. What's up, everybody? We are here. We are back. Let's fucking go. Appreciate everyone showing up for us tonight. Y'all are really stepping the things up. I appreciate you guys very much. So as you know, as I've said, we will be off for the next 2 weeks as we lead up to the premiere. I'm going to do a rerun of last week's stream and this week's stream in the next 2 Mondays leading up to the finale, at which point the folks over at Fire Mission Battery have promised us a fine dice tower which you can roll your dice. It's beautiful, it's silky, it's smooth, it's sexy. Be here, and if you're here, you can enter to win. You just gotta be here. You have to have been following the stream before the finale. That's the only rule, and that's just how we make sure it goes to someone in the community who has been around since, not since the beginning, because that's unrealistic to expect, but, for a bit. Someone who's been a good supporter, and honestly, we'd like to see the dice tower go to that kind of person. So, that'll be the plan. That being said, my friends, we are all going to dive back in. Oh, good old Rusty with a Rusty raid, dude. We got a raid. Rusty, what's up, dude? How's it going? Thank you for the raid.
Saving the day one fantasy at a time.
We're dusty, we're crusty, we're thirsty for your busty. We may not be gutsy, but we're still quite musty. Just be yourself and get raided by Rusty. I'm very familiar with it. It's a great raid command. It's
Put yourself in my bussy.
Have I been a good support? No. No, of course not. Yeah, no shit. You've been a good supporter and then some. If you win the dice tower, you get the dice tower and a little something extra on the side. You know what I'm saying? Big boy. Appreciate you with the raid, dude. I offered him whatever he asks for because he pays for the shit around here.
Legit, he pays for electricity.
He keeps the stream going.
My sugar daddy.
Y'all, all the sugar daddies, we love you very dearly. Rusty, you've been around so long, and you're one of the pieces of Rustodia. You are the cock and balls of Rustodia. It's arguably the most essential element of the giant robot. Is the giant robotic cock? Exactly. Yeah, we can't propagate.
Top or bottom.
Yeah, we can't propagate the Rusty. Like, okay. Rustodia is obviously a top. Okay, like, come on.
I mean, it was clear.
It's an all-powerful Megazord of fabulousness. Okay. So waiting on the there will never be an Australian accent. Not because I don't like the Australian accent, but because I can't do it.
You do a fine job on Gold Tooth.
No, I don't. He turns British about halfway through every sentence. In fact,
no, he doesn't, mate.
Yeah, he does. Anyway, so thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing your community by. This is our second to last game. Our finale is in 3 weeks from today. Very excited. Cannot wait. So I appreciate you. Same thing. It happens all the time. Happens to the best of us. Can't do it. Australian just fucks me. Anyway, so without further ado, let's pick up where we left off. The group of you finally having achieved your goals in the Temple of Torm, the enchantment, the prayer having finally been said and cast, seemingly having protected the city from the cruel touch of Ropesh. The events that caused Stanislav to come back as Zombie Slav. Such things such as that. You notice as the dragon starts doing flanking runs across the walls, the bodies that fall stay where they lie. It seems like the prayer has taken effect, and we left off just as the dragon was beginning to soar over the town one last time. We're just going to pick things back up right now, not really in any specific initiative order per se. If we wanted to be, just to make things easier on all of us, Ilsevere, you would be first in the order, and then Mantuka. So, we're kind of in a loose initiative, so we're not going by round anymore. Just what are you guys doing in this moment to react? You see the ballista firing against the creature. Some are hitting, some are not. It looks like the wall is still holding. The reinforcements are beginning to go down, and people are coming up onto the walls to fill it back out. What is it you guys are going to do? You see the dragon just flying freely overhead. The ballista seem to be working, but they aren't able to really get any clean shots on it enough to really drag it down. What do you guys want to do?
We gotta get to that dragon at a place where we can get it to the ground, not in the city walls. If I make us all fly, we can meet it. Yeah?
Not a terrible idea.
Just get outside the walls, and then I have an idea to make it drop.
I have a feeling I will drop.
Wait, I'll get you on the ground first, and then I go up.
I'm not the biggest fan of heights, but if you believe it'll work, I trust you.
Just casting fly to get us there. Get us outside the walls, and then we can make it come down. I can make it come down. I'm sure of it.
Priestess.
Why do I have to fly up to it if you can make it come down here?
Oh, that's just to get us out there.
How far does your protection extend?
Just within the walls of the city. If you leave that, well, that's it. This fight must be done here. Must be
Okay.
within the walls themselves.
You must coax it to the ground.
The ballista are
guess-
firing. It doesn't look like they're doing much, but surely with some help, perhaps. If you have some sort of plan, now's the time.
I thought you were doing your octopus thing.
I don't know what those words mean.
Yes, most people
I know
don't.
them all individually, but when you string them together like that, it's.
Alright, now back.
I was hoping to get us outside the wall and then drop it, hopefully to keep it away from the walls. But you're right, it needs to happen in here. Let's just. Once it comes back over the city, get ready.
We should try and coax it here, where there are less people.
Yeah.
Here, kitty.
You watch as you guys are in the temple, kind of moving towards the more central area of town, watching as the dragon does another strafing run. And as it does, it in its claws grabs 2 men off of each of the ballistas that have been firing at it, flies them straight up into the air, and drops them from 100 feet up into the army of the dead below. And just continues on its strafing journey as you guys go about your business.
Get ready, everybody.
Over top of us at any point?
It gets pretty close. Based on at the size, at any given point, if it's flying overhead, it's within a couple hundred feet of you at the furthest.
Oh, not 60 feet though.
No, it's keeping a pretty high distance. It comes and strafes the walls a little bit to get the breath down on it, so you might have to move there to do it, but you definitely...
I just want to get its attention at this point, basically.
I mean, it is a undead dragon under the command of something kind of just strafing your walls over and over again. What do you do to get the attention of it would be the question I ask.
Leave that to me. And in a flash of rainbow feathers, Gregory takes off into the sky.
You watch as Gregory pulls out his rainbow flying feather duster and takes off into the sky as this dragon is just turning off in the distance to come and do another strafing run. Gregory takes off. What are the rest of you doing? You're gonna have, unless you want to stand here, but Mantuka.
I'm gonna run to the ballista that someone was just plucked off of it and try to man it or help out if it's already been manned.
That would be this one here. If you look where I'm pinging on the towers, it's this big tower right above the secondary gate. You begin making your way towards that, kind of weaving through the busy streets. Some of the people who are hiding in their homes from things are beginning to run in the streets as their houses are burning in necrotic flame and kind of getting in your way as you're making your way, but you eventually
palm and heads.
You eventually push your way through to the ballista. You work your way up the thin circular stairs of this stone tower, kind of having to hunch your shoulders in and crouch your head down as you do, awkwardly making your way up, and you come out to the top and you find yourself at a ballista that has just been partially loaded. The bolt is in. It looks like it's about ready to fire.
Am I by myself, or is there anyone else up there with me? Doesn't matter how big.
There was a couple of archers up here shooting from either side of the ballista as well. One of them got taken with the dragon, and the other one is still here firing arrow after arrow into just a mass of zombies as they kind of try to work their way over the wall.
New SOPs! When I say load, you load! And then I'm going to...
I load! He goes over to the rack of ballista bolts.
It's already loaded! I didn't say load! That's for next time! And then I'm gonna try to
I'm getting ready! What do you want me to do?
keep firing arrows until I say load!
Oh sure, I'll fire an arrow at the big fucking dragon! Oh look! I killed
really
it!
Taking a long time!
It's dead!
And then I'm gonna try to get in the sight or get my aim ready for what the next pass of the dragon.
As you kind of line up your aim, you see it's kind of making a straight line right for the main gate, kind of flying in at a high arc to hit the main gate. It looks like you kind of line up your shot. Ilsevere, what are you doing? And JT. Gregory, we'll get to you in a minute. As you take off, you see the same thing that Mantuka's seeing. So this is all happening same time. Ilsevere or JT, whichever one wants to go first.
I want to head towards the other ballista.
Easily done. It's on this tower. It's just on the opposite. So you got to run around to the market district. Takes you a little longer to get there. but you do eventually arrive after you've kind of pushed through the throngs of people, making your way as the archers are just launching barrage after barrage from the walls and the parapets. As you get your way, it is also partially or fully loaded and ready to fire.
All right, I'm gonna start aiming.
You have 3 others next to you, one of which has a chain. The one you have loaded currently does not.
Oh, I start unloading this thing.
Okay. Mantuka, you have one with the chain, don't worry. So, you unload it. It's easy enough once the arms are pulled back and the string is taut. You can pop the bolt out and put it back in, put a new one in because of the latch that allows it to fire. So you managed. It takes a little bit longer. Roll me a strength check as you're just trying to heft this large ballista bolt by yourself, or athletics, I guess, with this large metal chain kind of dangling off the end of it.
Athletics.
Sure thing. Like a gay airbender.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, easily done.
That one
You
got me.
throw the bolt onto it as best you can. You get the chain set up in a way that's not going to catch on anything, and you think for the most part you'll be able to take this dragon down if you get a couple good shots on it. Ilsevere, what are you doing?
Are there any? So I'm gonna kind of follow the both of them, but I'm not gonna go up either tower. Are there any undead that have broken into the middle here?
It does not look like it yet. You see,
Okay.
here I can actually tell you guys what you see.
Sure.
Mantuka, you can drag yourself onto that ballista. JT, you can drag yourself onto that ballista. As you both load up 2 bolts with chains, you see a line of troops and a few archers kind of gathered, just the last few reserves of infantry they have left from all the escapes and everything, choosing to let most people handle archery from the walls. There's a small unit. The gate is still held fast. You wouldn't be able to see... if you don't go up the towers, you wouldn't be able to see what's on the other side, but I would say...
This gate is closed, right?
This gate is currently open. It is currently ajar,
Okay.
and ready to fall.
And then there's just a line of warriors, like, all going through the middle here.
Yeah, they're all lined up and ready for whatever might break through that gate if the gate should fall. Okay?
In that case, then, I'm just gonna run and then run up the side of the tower.
Which tower?
Gonna run up here.
Okay,
And-
so you guys can drag yourselves on there. JT,
Oh, there's an
go
empty
ahead.
ballista.
Go ahead and throw yourself. No, there's not. JT's on the left one. Tuka's on the
Okay.
right one. And you each have a little random P on there to help you reload. Congratulations, you're a peon. Congratulations.
I have a companion again.
You're a peon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unp.
Okay. JT, throw yourself on that left ballista if you can. What are you doing? You're just up the
just
tower? That's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna sprint all the way to over here, like the
Easily
very
done.
edge tower. and
Okay.
See what's going on down there. And I'm
Uh,
just gonna start slinging rays of frost.
Okay. So as you all ready yourself, you see as the dragon completes its arc and begins advancing towards the main center gate. Just as you, Elsevier, get to the front of the wall and look down, and you see piles upon piles of bodies that have been torn apart by arrows and explosions, and they're just advancing against your defenses. Some are already impaled on the spikes that surround the main gate, and they're just trying to pull themselves forward and almost tearing themselves apart as they do so, but the defensives seem to be holding as archers are just unleashing shot after shot. You see on either side of Southwatch from each of the bays that surround it on the east and west, lines of ships, all bearing different flags, Imperium, Tempest Consortium, no-name merchants who happen to have a cannon on board, have just lined up and are firing volley after volley of cannon fire into the throng of zombies. You're watching them being blown into pieces, and then just more coming. An never-ending flow of corpses making its way out of the Incendus Mountains towards Southwatch. And as you guys are readying yourselves, the dragon makes its descent into the gate, and it breathes a gout of flame out onto it and tears right through the center, destroying the gate in the process. Is blown apart in an explosion of flame and debris as it all just spreads out to the surrounding courtyard. The walls hold, but the gate itself is gone, and you hear the sound of feet advancing, the defensive having been destroyed. And we're going to actually switch over to the other
Did it
battle
destroy
map.
all the
Boop.
yes, it did.
No. So As that happens, the gate explodes and the zombies and the undead on the other side begin to advance slowly towards it, making their way. As they do, you see the guardmaster of Southwatch, Dursk Trelude. Men! Women! With me! And he leads them forward as he points his sword into the air, and he leads and just forms a protective wall within the gate as the dragon is flying over. You guys have shots prepared, and Gregory, you watch as the dragon begins making its approach, and you can prepare what action you want to do. I will say we'll start with Gregory because he's actively engaging this in the air.
As Gregory is that's another straight shot, just like he practiced. He's almost holding onto the broom like a lamppost, and he's just, as soon as he sees the dragon, he stops.
Just Mary Poppinsing on your feather duster.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he's got the mask in the other hand, and he's just gripping it tight. And he holds it to his chest over top the medallion that Stanislav gave him. He's just gonna say, all right. See you soon, Stan. One way or the other. And he throws the mask like a frisbee right towards him. And as soon as the dragon gets at...
You say he's just finished his pass over the gate as the men run in. His fire doesn't hit them; it ends just before that, luckily. But the gate is he's about center. He's about 100 feet up.
Sorry. As soon as he's 60 feet from me, which is very close.
Yeah, go ahead and put yourself within 60 feet. I'll say you're within that range right now as he comes past the gate, having just destroyed it. Fuck, that hurt my knee.
Oh, how I heard that.
Oh,
baby.
We're good. That one.
I heard I was like, did you just play a xylophone?
I leaned forward too much. My whole desk shook. It's worth it. We do it for the pain. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Ow. The bad knees. God damn it. No. The bad knees emote. Everyone over 30 feels that emote right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're within 60 feet.
Under 30 gang. Let's go.
And I throw the mask 60 feet like a frisbee right in front of me, however high up we are. And as soon as it gets right in front of the dragon's nose, it just bursts into conjure animals at 7th level so that I can create 6 giant octopuses, which are large beasts.
Octopi, but yes.
I prefer... I keep wanting to say octopuses. I'm like, no, octopuses is right. And they're like, no, octopi. God damn it. And they are all going to use their tentacles on him.
At once.
To create tentacle ball.
Okay. So as you are having them act as one cohesive amalgamous unit, it'll be a 1 check with advantage. Because Insomnia just gave you advantage. You also had advantage because you practiced it all day. So what I'm going to do, so I don't want to negate your practicing it all day, I'm going to turn Insomnia's advantage into a disadvantage for the dragon on its save.
Oh, well, I just remembered Kayla also gave me disadvantage, so I could use that.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So that means... Dragon has disadvantage.
Yep.
And I have disadvantage, but then I have advantage because I practiced it, so it's a straight roll.
It's a straight roll for you and disadvantage for me. There we go.
Got it!
We're ruling on the fly. I don't want to waste Insomnia's redeem for you, so we'll do as hard math
yes,
is. There you go.
100%.
I'll accept that.
And
okay,
I thought it was hilarious that Kayla got me.
I guess athletics at disadvantage.
Go. Is that strength or dex?
I rolled a 16.
With strength or dex?
It's straight up strength for you.
Nice.
You got to beat a 16.
On,
God
octopus.
damn it! I got you, Insomnia. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's an 8.
Not gonna do it. So as these, you basically yeet these octopus or octopi, which have no power of flight, mind you, whatsoever. They just materialize in front of this dragon that is flying at you at full speed, and as it is doing so, they just kind of wetly slap off of it as it just twirls through the octopi, and they scatter into various other directions because they can't fly.
Shit.
And they're just falling at terminal velocity. It's like the whale in the fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's like, why am I here? Who am I? What is that thing rapidly approaching me? It sounds like a big large sound, like ow, ground, dead. You know what I mean?
Oof.
So you have 7 octopi falling at terminal velocity right now.
No, nothing but dismissing it as a bonus action. I was like, I don't want
That
those
might be the
poor
funny-
things to die.
They're about to. It's just
And they
What
always
would they-
keep the memories.
you all watch as Gregory throws his mask and all these octopi appear, just kind of wetly slap off the dragon and fall to the ground.
Well, fuck.
Not my best throw.
Gregory goes ahead and, just stays there looking as intimidating as humanly possible. Because he's gonna basically try the same thing again.
Okay, 60 feet in front. The lads with the harpoons. What would you like to do? Ilsevere, you also have an action to do with what you choose. Let's see.
I can go last.
Okay, harpoon lads.
I would like to engage him with my harpoon when I know like he's within like a viable distance.
He
Like-
is within the most viable distance he will ever be.
Okay. I would like to shoot my harpoon of love with a chain at this demon
I don't know how much I
sucking
like
flyer.
that name, but that's fine. It's a +6 to hit with the ballista, so go ahead and
+6.
go.
Alright,
Y'all
I'll
can
roll
go
a
ahead and
D20.
roll your attacks. If you have any advantages or anything from the chat, now is the time
I
to
don't.
be using
They
them.
don't love me tonight.
Big Sanj, big sad. I mean, I guess you
I
could
use
technically
mine.
do it recklessly if you wanted to, but
Can
I
I?
don't
I don't know. It is melee attacks. Never mind.
Shut up, Chris, you fuck! Mother.
I don't think that
Anyway,
works. Yeah, melee only. That makes sense. Yeah. I was
All
excited.
right,
I'm
well,
sorry.
whatever happens here, Chris, it's your fault.
Love harpoon.
Roll
Oh, no.
faster. Oh, god damn it.
1d20 +6, right?
Yeah, it's just D20 +6. Mantuka, your bolt flies into the air, about 20 feet high of the dragon. You're not used to this kind of firing. Nice. And as it reaches its zenith, about 100 feet into the air, the chain just goes taut, and the bolt just begins falling to the ground. And you have to either reel it back in or unhook the chain and load up a new bolt. Your choice. With a 25, however, that will hit. So go ahead and roll your damage. It is going to be 3d10. Roll me 3d10, please.
Alrighty.
It fits. It works.
I'm basically just waiting to see what happens with these 2 shots before I decide what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you fire one, 24 damage. Pretty good. Okay. Now, the chain, like as you fire it, it flies up and kind of catches just below the shoulder blade through the webbing of the wing and catches tight as it kind of pulls back. You see the wing kind of like stretch taut as the chain catches, reaching the length of reaching its maximum length. Sorry, and kind of going taut as the dragon's still flying. It is temporarily immobilized, but you can see quite clearly that it is going to probably be able to get that chain free if you don't get another one in it soon. That being said, I'm going to roll the dragon's initiative now, just based on the previous initiative that we had. Unless you guys, you know what, you guys can reroll if you want to. You want to reroll your initiatives? Up to you. We
don't I
can
get
keep.
to do a thing?
Yes.
So you do. Yeah. What do you want to do?
So I see that, and I'm gonna yell at this ballista manner. Shoot me at the dragon. And I'm gonna throw his bolt out and climb into the ballista.
Throw me.
Right. I'm not sure it works like that, but you know what?
Just
Now
do it.
seems like a good time to try. Okay. I guess
I'll help you aim.
how do you fucking load yourself into a ballista? Put
Very
your-
carefully.
Put both of your feet right
Actually,
on.
like, basically knees fully bent, but like back nice and straight, and like super rigid. And then I'm just gonna basically push off of it as he shoots.
Nat 1 gets a bowstring in the balls.
I was gonna say there's gonna be a definite throw. Okay, so he's gonna have to aim it.
And I
Is
want to
it-
help him aim by like looking where he's aiming. That's the
So all he
end.
sees right now is are you laying on your back? So yes. So he sees your knees and you just looking up and talking to him at this dragon,
Open
using
my
your
knees a little bit so he
your
can
kind of
look further.
pointed tiefling chin. It's like a crosshair fucking iron sight on that son of a bitch. He's gonna line it up and fire.
Can I give him advantage by assisting him with the
Sure.
aim?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. It's not good. 14 plus 6 though, so 20. The attack's gonna hit. He fires on target.
Okay.
Now I need you to roll me in. I don't even know how to, because like the amount of fucking torsion on that bowstring is enough to yeet a very heavy dart several hundred feet. So like that, I need like a strength saving throw or fucking dexterity saving throw just to hold on that spot and maintain your feet on the bowstring.
May I do that?
Yeah, sure. Sure. No.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna use a key point. I'm doing a thing.
What?
How's that one?
What is that?
Penis.
What is that? Bye bye, penis.
Scrolling. Sorry.
He's so desperately scrolling. He's like, fuck!
No,
Fuck!
Impromptu castration.
This is amazing. I'm sorry, Chris, but I'm not sorry.
Diamond Soul. I'm proficient in all saving throws. Whenever I make a saving throw and fail, I can spend a key point to reroll and take the second result.
Okay.
Which, yeah, is a must here. So
Sure. Yeah, that's
You get another one. That one. It was
Okay.
21.
Okay, that's enough. You almost lose it, but you just recenter yourself just barely at the last minute. And as the bowstring goes taut, the arms going to their natural position and lurching you into the sky, you fly at full fucking speed towards that dragon. What are you trying to do?
Out. So basically,
You're
I just
flying
wanna
through
go
the
right
air.
Towards it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with the staff and try and stunning strike it.
Okay. All right. All right. That's fucking cool. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll, please.
I'm rolling an unarmed strike, but it's the same roll.
Sure.
I can't roll.
15? Just barely hits it. Has to be a 16. It's a huge target. It just has a lot of HP and it's undead as fuck. It's not very dexterous. So
save.
you fly over towards it and you just thwack with the staff on the back of the head as you're flying over top. Con save. Boop. 23.
So it succeeds.
So as you pop it on the back of the head, you're currently flying over the top of it. Are you trying to grab on? What's the plan?
No, where does my trajectory, like, I'm probably gonna just hit the wall and fall.
Okay, roll me a D100.
Sure.
Okay. I believe I can fly.
I have slow fall, so I'm...
I believe I can touch the sky. You're not slow falling. You have been shot at high speed towards a stone wall.
81.
That's not a slow fall. Okay, you're good. You're good. If you rolled above a 90, you would have had enough distance to hit that wall. That would have been your problem. But as you just fly over the dragon, you smack it over the head, and you pass beyond it. It will get an attack of opportunity against you as you leave its range. You understand that, right?
I have mobile.
Oh, love that. Okay. I mean, that's fair. You go ahead and move your mini over here.
Yeah.
And you're currently still in the air, just falling at monk fall, whatever the monk terminal velocity is with featherfall.
Cool.
Say
I
it's
can negate 70 points of damage, so just let me know.
70?
70,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I don't think that you would take that much from this in particular. The wall's not really that high. But
I'm aiming for the tree.
yeah, there you go. You hit the tree. You were aiming for the tree. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in a D&D game. Aim for the bushes. There goes my
It didn't stun it,
hero.
though. That would have been
You just bonk it as it go over the top and you land in the tree. So we'll just say you're kind of chilling in this about 30-foot high tree over here, living your best life, just kind of stuck. Just kind of stuck in the tree. I love that
I'll
for you.
just jump out of the tree then.
Okay. Who is not on the order? Ilsevere, you guys all re-rolled your initiative,
I haven't
correct?
rolled initiative yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll your
I was too busy
initiative.
doing ridiculous shit.
Nat 1 for the dragon. Love that.
Thanks.
Fuck you, dragon! Bitch face.
Descending. Okay, Mantuga, you're up. It takes a full turn to load this thing.
I am going to, because my dude has a bolt. So is it a full round to load the bolt, or
It takes one action to load it, one action to aim it, and one action to fire it. Let's take
do I have an action and my homeboy have an action?
Yep, technically. So you could load it and aim it and then fire it on your next round.
I'm gonna hold my turn till it's Homeboy's turn, and then he's gonna load it, and I'm gonna shoot it.
I'll say your assistants can act on your turns. That's probably
Well
just
then,
easier.
peasants, I will shoot another.
Go ahead. Well, you have to aim. You can't shoot this round because so he's gonna load it, and then you can aim it with your action, and then you shoot it next turn. It's fucking ballista. It's not an easy.
I'm just gonna leer at this dragon that's pierced once and
okay.
dying octopuses.
You get a disadvantage from Kayla. Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I don't appreciate that.
She's biased. What
take
can
it.
I say? So am I. It's mutual bias. So the dragon rolled a 1. Not great. Mantuka, you and your assistant get this thing loaded, and you begin training the ballista on this dragon, which is now currently held by one chain. It's going to try to break free on its turn, but it is currently held. On your next turn, you can fire, or if someone else has an action and is close enough to, they can fire it for you. So you all watch as Mantuka is just frantically loading this ballista, trying to get it ready and aiming it, but doesn't seem have enough time to fire the thing. That'll be your turn. Severe.
That's my action, correct? I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. You have bonus action. You have movement if you'd like to use it for anything.
Okay, well I can't use my jazz tier with either of those, so that's my turn.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. What's up, Matt? Thanks for hanging, dude. Nice playing D&D with you the other night. Okay, that's your turn. Next up, Ilsevere, you're up.
Okay, this guy's still way up in the air, right?
Oh yeah, he's at this point probably about roughly 80 to 100 feet up.
Oh, fuck me. Okay,
Maybe not. Maybe 70, but still quite high.
too far. I'm going to... Does cover affect dex checks or dex saves?
Mhm.
Cool. I'm gonna take... Can I take cover behind the tree, or would it be better to take cover behind the burning husk of a building?
You gather the burning husk of a building is mostly rubble at this point, not a lot of cover to be offered there. So you could try to take cover behind the tree.
Cool, yeah, I'll just try and take whatever I can behind the tree. Seems to be intact, and I'm gonna hold... Ray of Frost for when it comes, if it comes down.
Okay, Gregory, I'm moving your octopi over here. On your turn, they're gonna splat. Ilsevere, that's your turn?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. JT the Just, what do you got going on? I need more combat music. Let's go. Work with me.
There's no more chained ones, right?
There's one other chained one that you had. Oh no, you loaded the one. Never mind. Yeah, so you have the one chained currently. And it is stuck fast in the dragon.
Okay.
You could attach a chain to another. It just takes an action to do that, and then load, and then aim and shit. But...
Yeah, I'm gonna attach a chain to one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have the assistant load it,
Okay.
and then on next turn, I'll have him aim it while I shoot it.
Okay, perfect. No worries. You begin getting the loading process done. You get a chain hooked onto the back of one of the bolts as you need to. You begin loading it up into the thing with the help of your assistant. And that'll be it for your turn. Gregory, you're now hovering probably about roughly 70 feet or so off the ground, kind of parallel at equal level with this dragon. What do you want to do?
Seeing the octopus is just starting to hit the ground, Gregory starts to grab at it where the mask is supposed to be, and he goes in and he finds just like this pulsating white mass that looks like it's what the mass is like most primal form. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He just crushes it between his hands, and mixing in with like white matter and blood, his hand, he's just gonna like slurp his hand forward. And same thing, same cast. I'm gonna try and cast 60 feet ahead of me.
Octopus ball.
4? Yeah, I can do 4. So it's gonna be a little less tight, but it's still gonna be an octo ball.
And they're giants, so
They are very big.
big fuckers.
Big boys, big boys, and come on. Do I still get advantage on this?
Yeah. Oh, you've been training.
Oh,
You get
thank
advantage
God.
every time you try it. It's just one check for the ball, though. 22. Okay. I don't have disadvantage or anything, so here we go.
Yeah,
though
22.
it is currently... Okay, yeah. 20. Oh no! Okay, so you'll watch as the second time Gregory casts the spell, these 4 giant octopus just fly through the air, tentacles wide, just waiting to net this creature, and I'll begin to slap onto it, and the tentacles close around the wings and begin wrapping them tightly so they can't flap or flap as properly, and begins to falter and lose height from the thing. He is going down, or he's currently struggling against it. It looks like he will probably be going down on a turn or two, but he's still actively struggling. So far, 2 of you have him held.
All of the tentacles of each one, they're all connecting and like suction cupping together, making a net around the thing, and they're just.
Okay. He is currently grappled, so he is going to fall, technically. He has no mobility. He's falling at terminal dragon velocity, which is 70 feet, very quickly at the start of his turn, which will be after this.
Yes! Yes! Gregory rockets forward 50 feet to kind of match its speed falling. Time for part B! Part 2? Electric Boogaloo! Gah!
Okay, so the dragon now immobilized, one chain holding one wing aloft, and 4 octopi all currently wrapped around and grappling it. It just falls. It has no fly speed at this point. That being said, terminal velocity is every 10 feet after the first 10 feet, so that'll be 70, so it'll just be taking 66. Okay. 66.
Oh, he hits the ground now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I sauce my Ray of Frost out of
He's
that.
grappled, he can not immobilize. Yeah, technically again, yes. Go ahead. He just smacks onto the ground, and as you see him kind of pancake flat for a moment, you see some of the bones in the ribcage snap entirely out of the body, which still hasn't been completely reformed. 24 to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. That's gonna hit. 20 points of cold damage.
Cold damage. Does anything happen?
It does, yeah, technically. Okay, sweet. It hits the ground first. That's 7, or yeah, what was it? 20. Well, 22. My bad. Sweet. Add a 2 for that. Okay, cool. He smacks the ground. Illusivier steps out from behind the tree, casting the Ray of Frost. As he does so, you see the damage kind of spread over the creature. Is he suffers an additional thing from that, or is it just the straight up damage?
No, that's just Ray of Frost.
Okay, cool. All right. Next up is the dragon, who took the falling damage, we'll say, because he already fell. That being said, he is currently just flat on his stomach and currently wrapped by 4 definitely octopus.
I would have taken 24 and 20 from the cold. Still, yeah, they're still all kicking.
How much HP do they have?
52.
Okay, they would have taken fall damage too, so make sure you add that
Cold
22.
just hits the dragon.
Technically.
It's just one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take the
Ooh,
cold
even
damage.
better.
It takes all the fall damage though, because they do suffer the falling bit themselves as well. That being said,
Gotcha.
the dragon is now just grappled and immobilized and kind of pissed off about it. Shit. The octopus ball threw me for a loop. I'm gonna be honest.
How do you prepare for that?
I don't know.
No one
You
ever
don't.
expects
no,
my
no
twisted,
DM can
twisty mind.
ever prepare for that. I guess
Threw you for a spear.
it can make 3 attacks, so I guess it's gonna make some attacks against the octopus on it.
Fair.
Let's check in something real quick. Is it at disadvantage? There's so many conditions in my head right now. Nope, not at disadvantage on attacks. Just can't fucking move. Okay, so it's gonna take its first attack against this one. It's gonna bite towards its wing at the octopus there. Bite. 30.
Oh, yeah.
You take 19 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic to that octopus. Feels bad on the Autumn. Oh no.
Gotcha.
Okay, you're good. Next attack,
Yep.
it's just gonna bring up one of its claws and try to scrape the other octopus from itself. 1 claw attack, 15 to hit your giant octopus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 10 points of slashing damage. No. Doot. Okay, 19. You take 7 points of slashing damage.
It's all against one?
If it didn't kill this top one, yeah, I would continue working on that. If it does kill it, it'll move to the left one.
That one now, yeah, that top one's gone now.
After all 3, okay. Cool. All right, that'll be the Death Dragon's turn. Just roll to see if it recharges it. Oh, why did that roll and roll? Oh, cool. Love that. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Mantuka. What do you want to do as the dragon is rapidly approaching?
All right.
Water bottle.
I am going to tell my friend, because it's already been loaded and named now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let him know he's got this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna fucking dash as far as I can to try to get to this fucking dragon.
Okay. Are you jumping off the wall? There's a staircase
Depending
in each
on
of these
height.
towers. You can get down from each of these towers. I forgot to put the door on there, I'm realizing. But yes, you can get down and into the or behind this gate, basically right here, and come out through there, and the gate's currently open, so.
Okay. I guess that's what I'll be doing.
Cool. It's only about a 20-foot tower from there, too.
Cool, so that's gonna get me to, like,
Yeah, you're
right
full.
over here.
Yeah, your full movement. I'd say get you right out. Kraken. Ooh, Kraken versus Dragon would be pretty cool. Okay, that your turn?
And then I'm gonna look at my new not best friend and say, loose!
Fire, or go ahead and roll the d20 for him. Add
Fuck,
6.
I hope he's better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
I mean, I can roll it if you want, but...
No, you're no better. Well, maybe you are. 23!
That's
Way
gonna
to go,
hit.
Rando!
And that one's got a chain in it as well. Okay. So now you all watch as another ballista is fired from the one of the towers on the right side over here on the eastern tower, and just right into the side of the creature. The long metal chain kind of hanging loosely behind it, and you watch as the guy who had loaded it into the crossbow begins cranking. You see the chain beginning to pull into the wall and going tighter and tighter until it has the dragon basically at a point where it is currently immobilized.
How much damage is that?
I do believe
3d10.
it was 3d10.
3d10.
Yes, 3d10, please.
Perfect.
Moist.
That's the wrong way.
Wee.
Nice shooting ace.
Yeah, it was nice. Well done, well done.
Whatever. It hurt him. He's immobilized. Let's
Okay.
live for tomorrow.
He is immobilized. Oh, you know what? That's not bad. Not terrible. Okay. That will be your turn. As its legendary action,
Oh boy.
it is going to go ahead and try to claw off another one. Oh, that's just describing the legendary action. It's going to try to claw off another octopus. Specifically this left one. And that is going to be a 16 to hit, and you take 11 points of slashing damage as you do. That'll be its legendary action. Ilsevere, you're up. What do you want to do?
Okay. Is its area of occupation like
It takes up the space where its body currently is, and you do not know beyond that.
Okay, no, I just want to know where I can't go to get up to him.
If you're not in his mini, you can basically move up and around him. He's so big that you can move around in the space.
Cool.
If it looks like you're within 5 feet of the dragon in terms of what block you're in, then you're within 5 feet, basically, is how we're doing it.
Gotcha. You know what? I'm gonna just chill here still, and I'm gonna shoot another ray of frost at him.
Are you deaf, or is there no sound? I think you're deaf, Rusty. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No,
If there's-
descendants is for sure.
Damn feels bad. The sound for JT. Okay. Witch Doctor doesn't have. Okay. Witch Doctor. It's a good old Rusty thing. Fair. Okay. Okay. You roll a 10. That does not
Yeah,
hit,
that definitely
unfortunately. Just glances off uselessly against the creature. After your turn, it's going to use its next legendary action to attack the other fucking goddamn tentacle things on it. Same one, the left one. 29 to hit. Takes 12 points of slashing. He's still up. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
JT the Just, your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look to my buddy. First, you said it's 20 feet from this tower, right?
From to the ground?
Yeah.
Yep, about that.
How
Roughly.
tall is it from this tower?
Those are about the same height, so about 20 feet down. Basically, this is all one big hill that kind of goes upward, and the wall's all at one steady kind of height.
I'll look to him. I say, change of plans. Aim it, shoot it when you can. I'll go 5, and then I'm off this fucking tower.
You're yeeting? Alright. Roll me an acrobatic saving, or a dexterity saving throw as you land, please. Don't roll bad.
Yes.
Don't roll
I'll
Yeah.
just
bad.
yell at him. Don't land
I
on
mean,
your
at
knees.
most it's a D6 because it's 20 feet high. Okay, you take a D6.
You landed on your knees.
Did not do the superhero landing. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, of bad knees damage as you land, and you feel
Okay,
both of
hell
yeah.
your arthritic knees just crackling together a bit. There's not a lot of anything in there.
Cartilage.
Bone on bone.
You hear Pops like he hasn't cracked his knees in fucking
Yeah,
ages.
it's bad.
You're now 2 inches shorter.
Yep. JT has lost height. Official.
So that would have been 10 feet.
Yep.
I don't know how falling works.
Yeah, you fell. It's 20 feet. Anything after the first 10, you take a D6. So you took 5 points only. You did fail your dex save, so you currently are prone as you land.
Okay. I'll stand up. I have
Okay.
my movement.
Yeah, I'll say
Already used
fall.
10 feet, so I'd have 10 feet.
Yeah, I would say the jump and the fall altogether cost you like 10 max.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Or not action surge. What the
I
fuck?
was like, you're a cleric.
I'm not gonna act.
God surge.
I'm gonna dash action. I don't know
There you
why
go.
the fuck. We're gonna go another 30 feet this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna start closing in on the Durgan.
Oh, that guy shouldn't be there.
Little bud is gonna
Ignore that random dude.
Little bud's gonna aim the chain.
Okay. It is aimed.
Dragon.
Alright. Last legendary action. Claw. 10 points slashing damage to the same octopus.
Ah, damn, you needed 9. Yep,
Okay.
that one's gone.
He down. No more advantage on saving throw or on trying to athletics check him anymore, practice or not. Gregory, your turn is up. You see the dragon just basically clawing your animal summons off of himself, off of themselves, and kind of just throwing them onto the ground as they die. What do you want to do?
Valiant effort, Sklorpy! You're doing a great job, Blorpy! I'm coming up with those names on the spot. I hope they like it. I
Sklorpy,
start
Sklorpy.
rocketing towards the dragon on the broom, trying to go down and forward. So I'd say about here.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get to there, I open up the box.
Mhm.
And from the box, you just hear do 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 do. And I'm going to cast lightning bolt at 3rd level. So I'm going to need a dex save of 16.
Ooh. Dex save of 16. Okay. 50.
Yes.
Nice. And boop. Big number, big number, big number, big number.
Doesn't have
Okay.
legendary resistance. It's big sad.
31 as a lightningified clown coming out of the box playing a electric guitar, just and as it does, it just a streak of lightning flies forward and strikes only the dragon, completely ignoring the octopuses around it.
Okay.
Octopi.
It's just you see the shock kind of carry over its body as it does. So 31 points. Still looking okay, but it's like you guys have been getting some good hits right off the bat, and you can see it. Even though it is undead, there is still that instinct that occasionally peeks through, and you see it kind of looking around, sizing up which one of you might be the weakest target. Gregory, that's your turn.
Yeah, once it hits that chord, you just hear it go, ding 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 ding, bang, and I bang. It just like pops into like a little burst of electricity.
Confetti.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. The dragon, who is currently grappled by your fucking things and is quite annoyed by it, is going to Gregory. How high up are you right now? Just out of curiosity.
I would be I was up 70 feet. I went down like 30 because I went over 20. So yeah, about 50 feet up.
Okay, that'll probably do then. What do I want the dragon to do?
Pass the turn, DM. Those octopi sure look delicious.
You should have a nap.
They do, but he can also just shake them completely.
Calamari.
So, he is going to use his action to shake off your octopi and just take off to begin flapping its wings and try to take off straight towards you.
Isn't it held back by the chains?
It can't. It's held. It still has the ability to move and try to break grapples. It can break the chains. It's just trying to break 3. I will say it will be at disadvantage because it's held by the chains. Whee. But yeah, it has the ability to break them. Nothing is unbreakable for the dragon. Gregory, go ahead and roll me an athletics or athletics for the or strength check for the octopi, please. Also, yes. JT, since you were the one, oh, you haven't stuck him with. Oh, you have. You stuck him with a chain, so go ahead and just roll me a d20. And we're gonna roll a strength check for the chain to see if it holds.
Whoa. I forgot the space. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
He yelled at me.
Nice.
Okay, so okay, with a 20, technically a chain is breaks with a 20 check. So, unfortunately, it's a 12 with disadvantage because of all the chains currently holding it in place, and the octopi won. So it kind of begins to try and take off and start flapping its wings to try and dive off into the air. Unfortunately, the chains kind of holding either side of it are stopping it from doing so, along with the octopi opponent's back. That's a little frustrating. That'll be it for it, I suppose. Yeah, he's currently held still. The chain's just holding him in place. He's thrashing against them, trying to do whatever he can. He can also do it. Technically, he can do his breath. Nah, I'll hold off. He's not quite in range of Gregory yet, just based on the height difference, which is unfortunate. Can't reach you. He looks towards you, and you see this kind of necrotic fire beginning to burn within its throat, kind of peeking through the holes in its flesh where it hasn't fully healed. It looks like it's getting ready to do some shit. Next up, Mantuka, what do you got?
I am going to use 40 feet of movement and run up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sensually polish my tiara, and I'm going to sauce him with 3 bolts
Good to know.
of fiery goodness.
Okay. So
the first one's going to be a disadvantage because of people and their choices.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Haha. So first one, it's going to be disadvantage, so it's probably going to be that 2 one. That was stupid.
Yeah, 7 doesn't matter anyway.
Cool. Second.
Go ahead.
30-20.
That'll hit.
Sweet. Take this, Drago. For 6 fire. And the last one. Don't worry about the last one. I'm just emotionally here.
Nat 1. Okay. As you're standing there, you start focusing on the tiara. 2 beams of fire come out. The first one, glancing off it uselessly. The second, managing to hit for 6 whole fire damage. Whee, okay. And then the next one just goes completely over top, and you watch as it just pelts one of the defenders in the back of the head, and they just fall over the front of the wall and into whatever's on the other side below.
I'm fucking trying!
That's that. That's the nat 1. That's what you get. Nat 1 on ranged attacks usually hits a friend. I'm sorry. That being said, it is going to use its legendary action to claw another one of the goddamn fucking things off of itself. 14 points of slashing damage to the octopus. And that'll be its legendary action. Ilsevere, you're up.
Okay. Enough of this pussying around. It's time to get in here. Can I be there?
You can, yeah. Basically, any of the squares that are not mostly occupied by one of his body parts are accessible. It's just easier that way than having a whole square grid. Just think of him as having a little 5-foot aura about him.
Yeah, so I'll come in here and I'm gonna start punching a dragon.
Love that. Go ahead and punch the dragon. Love that. The chain still hold.
Why did that roll? What the fuck?
The 10 bludgeoning damage? No.
It didn't roll to hit.
14 and 12. Neither of those are gonna do it. You just step up. You've never punched a dragon before, and even an undead, somewhat smushy one, you punch is like, and you just don't feel like you made any solid connection with that.
Okay.
It's just kind of a wet slapping sound as you smack the side of it.
How many key points do I have? Yeah, we're just gonna do an unarmed strike for the bonus action.
Okay. Sounds good.
21, that's a bit more like it.
21 will
We're
hit. Go ahead and roll your
We're gonna do a
damage.
stunning strike.
Okay, go ahead.
9 bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Constitution saving throw. 21 succeeds.
That succeeds.
Okay. That'll be your turn.
No, I'm gonna take 10 feet back here.
Okay, no attacks of opportunity for you. That's fair. This is fair. This is acceptable. Okay. It's gonna use his legendary action to attack the same octopus as last time. Scooter. Natural 20! So the base damage on the claw is a d8 plus 6. Oh. Yeah, just a lot. And I rolled a 10, right? I rolled a 4. Oh. So 12 plus 6. 18! That's a lame crit for a dragon. You take 18 points on your octopi. Is it alive? It's alive. It's dead?
Ah, you needed 18.
It's dead. Boo, dead. Okay. There's just one left at this point. You gather your one single octopus probably not going to be able to do a whole lot. The chains, on the other hand, probably help him out. Okay. JT, you're up. What do you want to do?
Alright.
You just broke your knees jumping off the fucking tower. You're limping a little
Oh,
bit.
man, knees!
Yeah, you didn't absorb. Okay.
Is it slightly in the air?
No, it is on the ground. All
Okay.
four are on the ground. Yeah.
So with the chains pulling, are they pulling its wings taut?
It's trying to. It's kind of pulling against them. They're not taut enough that it doesn't have any movement of its wings, and it
Okay.
can still try to break them. But yeah, it's basically more or less holding it from moving more than within its 5-foot range for the most part until it breaks
So
them.
I want to ask you how this will work.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Sunbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to cast Sunbeam directly at one of the wings the chain is attached to,
Mm-hmm.
and slowly begin, as turns go by, to move it across the wing, trying to sear the wing free.
See, the only issue is you can't really do a cold shot with that. It's just more of an area of effect. Burning the wing off, difficult to do. Enough to do some sizable damage to it, though, if you want to.
Okay.
May make it more
Okay.
difficult for it to fly, but not take away its ability entirely. Can't just burn an entire section off, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Sunbeam then. It needs to make a DC 20 con save. It has disadvantage because it's undead.
Oh, I rolled advantage, so it's a 16 instead of a 24 highlighted. 16! Not gonna do it, I don't think.
22 radiant damage and
40.
it's blind.
44 radiant
If
damage.
it can be blind.
It has blind sight, so technically it's blind, but it can still see, so it doesn't matter. You watch as, like, the eyes are completely burnt out of its head by the sunbeam, basically, but it manages to still have more or less an idea of where anyone within a certain range is of it. Actually, if he succeeds, does he just take half and is not blinded? Actually, you know what? No, he can take that damage. He'll be fine.
All right.
Okay. This massive beam of light kind of breaks through the dark black clouds that have covered the entire sky at this point and just whoosh, washes the entire area in a bright light. You all have to kind of cover your eyes as you do so. Also, JT, go ahead and roll for the ballista dude on your turn.
Oh, yeah,
So D20 plus
yeah.
6.
Come through for me, buddy. Let's go!
Okay. He fires. Roll me 3d10.
That's another chain.
Mm-hmm. So he has 3 in him now. Okay. He's starting to look really rough. One of the left wing in particular now has 2 harpoons through it. He's looking a little more desperate at this point. He's still very much an undead, and he's just got one thing in his, but he's beginning to thrash more desperately, trying to get out against the defenses you guys put in place. Love that, though. Love it when the plan actually works in D&D. JT, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Ryan or Gregory, you're up. What do you want to do?
Gregory is gonna go ahead and surveying the size of the dragon. It's got at least 5 feet of a back span, right? Like it's
Huge. Yeah.
It's massive, right?
Its wingspan is like 20, 30 feet minimum, if not more, just based on the look of that. It's fucking huge. And there's currently a
Awesome.
beam of daylight just cooking it from above. I don't know if I have
surrounding
a
that beam of daylight coming from the sky. How do the skies look?
How big's the radius
Storms are coming.
on... How big's the radius on Sunbeam? 10 feet?
I believe it is a.
The
Thought it was a
60-foot
5.
line.
It's a 60-foot line, but I think it's only 5 feet.
Okay.
wide.
Okay. So it's just coming
I'll
from you
actually
right now.
check for you.
Love that. Just remember you have a
Yeah,
beam of
5
light.
foot wide, 60 foot.
Okay, remember you have a beam of light coming. Whee! I'm just gonna give you a little heart because I can. Thank you for the raid, More Than Dice. I appreciate you. Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Pew, 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 pew. Dragon fight. Pew, pew,
Let's
pew,
go
pew,
shout it out
pew.
here.
Death.
What up? Dragon fight. Just a little dragon fight. No big deal. Okay, so you currently have the sunbeam. Gregory, what you doing?
Gregory's gonna go ahead and look up at the sky. Storms are coming.
Looks a little stormy out there. Could be.
Wonderful. I reach my hand into the sky, and my hand starts to glitter with green energy, the same as it sometimes does. And I'm going to call lightning at 6th level.
Okay. Go ahead. And that is a...
17 dex save.
Oh god. Okay. Not necessarily his best. 7. Oh. He's gonna use one of his
Awesome.
legendary resistances to automatically succeed that.
That's fine.
Love
you can
that.
take half.
He's got
I
3 of
think-
those per day. Yep.
Is
43.
it half?
Yep. Half
Sick.
would be, we round up, so 22.
Yeah.
Okay. Gregory, kind of from the back of his rainbow feather duster, calls a hand to the sky and sends a crack of lightning, just going straight down onto the creature. He takes it, but he seems to kind of shrug it off fairly easily.
And would you say it's stormy conditions?
Not so much stormy. It's not a weather storm per se. It is a dark cloud of necrotic smoke filling the
Yeah.
air. Less a storm, more nasty dead smoke.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Beautiful. Well, now there's a nice big thick cloud of darkness right above.
Stormy, you've been summoned, my friend.
Storm, I summoned Stormy. I
Like to
just-
cast
I'm
summon
keeping my
Stormy at
hand
level
up.
3.
I like
Yeah.
to cause the
You're just
yes,
continuing-
Storm Keep.
Continuing to conjure the lightning. Will that be your turn?
Yep. I just have one hand up still, and I'm holding on to the broom still, lamppost style.
Okay. It's
That's
the
me.
Durgan's turn. You're still 70 feet up?
50.
50 feet. Oh, okay. You went down a little bit. Love that. Okay, perfect. So, as the dragon takes its turn, it kind of steals, like, drives its claws into the ground a bit, and you watch it kind of arch its neck back. As it does, it extends fully, and you watch as the same greenish fire with, like, a purple tinge as it fades out just begins flying towards you and Mantuka in a 60-foot cone, which is enough to hit both of you.
Uh-huh.
I need both of you to roll me DC 18 dex save, please. Or you take
A lot.
a lot. A lot. It's our second to last game, guys. Our last one is going to be on the 25th of March. This is everything leading up. That's why we're running a bit longer than normal. Oh, God, guys. You take 49 points of necrotic damage each. As you are completely engulfed head to toe in this green flame, and it fades out to this dark purple color. Very similar to what you saw Stanislav go down in during your fight previously. And you guys watch as the dragon just readies itself. I think that's it for its actions this turn. It's yeah. Yeah, that'll be it. How you guys looking? Love you guys have him chained up right now. There's also an Ilsevere under his paw. I don't know how you got down there, Ilsevere, but move.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's Clone Severe.
Mirror
Okay.
image.
That's about where we were. I'll just go like that. Meanwhile, you watch at the gate behind you all. Some of the men have begun to fall at this point. It looks like they're beginning to kind of have to push back a little as the flood of undead just begins to kind of swarm them further and further. But they are holding. You just don't know for how long. That being said, at the end of the dragon's turn, it is now Mantuka. You watch as the flames fade and this creature is just standing there with malice in its eyes, staring at the lot of you. What do you want to do?
I'm not okay with that. And I'm gonna fucking not have the ruler attached.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run up here and I'm gonna try to thunderfuck this asshole in the face. Recklessly.
Recklessly
Recklessly
thunder
the shit
fucking.
out of it.
Got it. Love that.
Ah, the fuck! Thank God for recklessly. Oh my God! Does 16 hit him? He's big.
Just. He has 16
Sweet!
exactly.
Suck it, Trebek.
Suck it, Trebek.
For 11
That's what your
slashing.
mom said, Trebek. I love that. Those fucking skits kill me every time. All right.
Anal bum cover.
So JT, you have advantage from Kayla.
And then I'm
There you go.
gonna bonus action, fucking pull flip thing recklessly because 8's not enough.
You get
There
two
we go.
You do get
I know
two
it's-
attacks.
4, 6,
Yep, that'll do
9 more
So
piercing,
you
and then
rush forward, just driving the halberd towards the face, kind of stabbing and tearing off some of the scales and cheek muscle as you do so, and then bring the back of the halberd around to kind of crack it in the underside of the jaw. What's your third attack?
boom. Second and last attack. 21.
21 will hit. 18. Okay.
8.
The dragon is looking bloodied.
Ooh.
There are pieces just kind of falling and hanging off of it at given points. There's ribs sticking out through the side of the big necrotic tissue on its side from the impact it took. It is starting to look pretty bad for it, you guys. So, do with that what you will. That your turn, Mantuka.
Action surge
Oh,
is what I would say if I was
you're a fighter.
fighter.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
So the
but
last blow.
That's me.
The head of
Yeah,
the
last
axe
turn.
just carves right into the side of the cheek that you've been working on, kind of revealing some of the bone underneath.
It was a
Legendary
mistake, I
action.
swear.
Legendary action. He's going to take a claw attack against you, Mantuka. 14 to
I
hit. That's not
figured.
going to hit. Oh, wait.
Good.
Hold up. You attacked recklessly. 21 to hit you. That's going to hit.
I'll allow it.
You take 9 points. I'll go with the first damage. You take 9 points of slashing, reduced to 5 because we round up on the
Okay.
rage damage. That'll be its turn. Ilsevere, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to flank the dragon. I don't know if flanking will work with the thing this big.
Probably.
But I'm
Probably
gonna
not
get
so
behind.
much. Well, hey, Rusty, goddamn. Okay, yeah,
You're-
you kind of show up behind it. What do you want to do?
You're ruling. Do I get advantage on my attacks?
I must say no, because he's so big.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First attack.
Okay.
22.
Gonna hit.
Okay. Stunning strike.
Sure. Go ahead. Constitution save. 9.
Nope.
Get fucked. Legendary resistance. He succeeds.
Okay.
He has one
Not
left.
today,
He
Satan.
gets 3 of those per day.
Next attack.
He's so big. Oh my god.
18.
18 will hit.
Stunning strike.
Stunning strike. Constitution hit. 8. Fuck you. Legendary resistance. Now he has none
no.
left. That's it. We're done. I mean, he's chained down by
Can't use
3
my
different
goddamn-
chains. He's no longer grappled by... Oh, you failed concentration on the octopus, so that went away. I see that. Okay. Go
Trying to
ahead.
make it so he can't do shit on his turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he took 13 and 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Flurry of blows.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nope, that's damage.
23 will hit.
23 hits, so he
Stunning
okay,
strike.
so he takes 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Yes, stunning strike.
Stunning strike. 16.
So he is now stunned.
He is stunned until your next turn.
Let's go.
Despite all legendary the dragon bite me, you feel even more legendary fighting
Okay.
this legendary beast. For Chris, you have an inspiration.
Oh. Well, thank you. I assume that he's not going to take any of this necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm. No, not even a little bit.
Okay. However,
Good try.
he is also subject to the poisoned condition until the end of my next turn.
He is
I don't know if that'll do
immune
anything.
to the poisoned condition
Okay,
and
so he's
poison
just
damage.
stunned.
Yep, he's just stunned.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
all of that happened for free, by the way.
Love that. Love that. Okay.
And last stunning.
Last stunning
last
star,
flurry of
yeah.
blows. Sorry.
Got you.
He's
Got you.
at advantage.
Monk shit. That's gonna miss. Okay. That'll be it for your turn. JT the Just, you're up. You watch your team surrounding this. You do have an inspiration if you wanted to re-roll that. You rolled at advantage.
Yeah,
again.
it's just
Uh,
an attack. It's fine.
Fair. JT, you see your teammates just beginning to pummel this dragon, which is now held by 2 chains in one wing and one on the other side in its torso. It doesn't seem like it's really capable of going anywhere right now.
While concentrating on Sunbeam, I'm gonna move to a spot where I might not hit my teammates here. And I'm just gonna send that energy to the Sunbeam another time.
Does he make another save?
Yep, at disadvantage, DC 20.
Oh, so close. So close. Let's go. Not quite.
That
but
is
not
gonna
quite.
be
Roll the damage.
40 radiant damage.
Can you do me a favor, please? And describe how you'd like to kill this dragon, please? Please?
So, as the chain hits it, as Elsevier beating the shit out of it, Mantuka's snagging it, I'm holding concentration on this beam that's just going through it. I start walking forward and pushing the beam just further and further into its chest until I just carve a hole through the dragon with this sunbeam.
Okay. You watch as JT the Just, with this sunbeam just channeling from himself, steps forward, and with every step he sends another wave after wave after wave out with each step, almost slowly advancing forward, fighting against it as he does. With each subsequent blast, you see more and more of the flesh and the bone and whatever was left inside of this creature just burning away until the sunbeam cuts completely through the middle and the dragon collapses into 2 halves. And it just sits there, dead, and kind of just begins and almost immediately decomposing.
Okay, good.
It comes back to life. Get fucked. No, it just
Round
begins
two,
to like all of the weight begins to just kind of flatten itself as like whatever was holding this rotting meat together is no longer able to do so, and it almost pancakes down. It just becomes slightly flatter as it does so. And as you all kind of stand there, you hear the fighting at the gate begin to stop, and you watch as the wave of undead just begins to pull back slightly. Not far, mind you, only about 40 feet from the entrance of the gate. You see the figure once again, standing at the top of the plateau, just on the edge of the mountain range at the south of the city. And yet again, you hear the voice as clear as day.
So, you've killed my pet. No matter. Perhaps I will make one of you. Now, you have let your men die for your cowardice. I give you this chance. Prove yourselves the heroes you think yourselves to be, and find me here. I promise you no resistance. Come, heroes, and let us see what your metal is truly worth.
And you watch as the army of undead slowly just parts at the center, creating a kind of jagged, winding path through the forces right to the base of the plateau, where Ropesh the Cruel is currently standing, arms outstretched. And that is where we will end things for today. We'll pick up in 2 weeks. 3 weeks from today, technically. So,
Holy shit.
that was fun. You guys did the plan working on the Death Dragon. That was good. That doesn't happen often in D&D. Y'all need to appreciate that. That was great. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you everyone in chat who came by and made it such a special day. So, this is the second to last session. Our last session will be March 25th. We're gonna skip the next 2 Mondays because your boy out of town, down in Ohio, visiting Kata. Can't wait. Fucking need a vacation. And I'm going to Kosai. I'm gonna get some hot dogs. Bill's gonna take me for some sausage. I can't wait. So, we will be going with the streams as usual for the rest of the week until Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna be flying down to Ohio. Don't foresee me getting any streams in that time. So, I'm gonna honestly probably enjoy a nice little vacation. Dro with the biddies. You don't have to do that, buddy. You don't have to do that. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you all for supporting the stream and being here. Finale, March 25th, guys. Do not miss it. We're going to be giving away this awesome-ass fucking dice tower that Peter's going to tell you about in about 3 seconds. Fire mission battery. There you go. Winky face. Love that. We're going for wieners. We can go for hot dogs as well. Anyway, so that's not the...
Nice,
So
nice.
that is the dice tower. If you go and you show up here On the night of the finale, you can enter to win the giveaway. It's lovely. It's a metallic, nice pinkish black color. It's fucking sexy as shit. And you can get it here. You just gotta be here the night of the stream. Beyond that, I'm sorry. That was crass. Anyway, so go check out Fire Mission Battery. Peter, do you have anything new coming out over there you want to talk to the people about? Now's chance.
Stuff coming down the pipe. We actually are in a shop in Oramakto. My wife is currently making these little fucking gnome things.
Aww.
Yeah, Easter, cute, awesome. Just come check us out. We're always posting. I'm gonna get better posting, but yeah, it all starts with you liking and checking us out.
Yeah, you just gotta come by the stream and enter the giveaway that night to join up and get that shit, okay? You just have to have been following the stream before that night. That's the only rule. I don't want it going away to someone who's just gonna come in, follow, and then never show up again. I want it to go to someone in the community who have supported us this whole time. Dubbeebs, thank you for gifting the subby to Chris. I appreciate you. Everyone take a second. Go show some love to our boy Dubbeebs. Where are we gonna raid out to? Also, Ryan. Well, real quick, we got the other streamers here. We got Ryan, JT. Ryan, why don't you tell the people what you got going on next?
Oh, well, tonight I'm just going to do a little mini game, probably around 11 EST. Probably a little bit of WoW, maybe a bit of Mario Paint. Who knows? We'll see after a shower.
Yeah, I need a shower.
And tomorrow, we're playing? Yes?
Yeah. World of Warcraft.
Hey!
Normal time.
Warcraft Power Hour.
It's going to be fun. You know what? Let's raid out on Rusty Renegade. We got a raid from Rusty. We're going to raid into another Rusty. It seems like destiny. Why the fuck?
When I got all three of you in my chat the other day, I screamed.
You got to get all fives. You got to get all five to get Restodia. We haven't found the other two yet. Also, if you got a minute, go check out JT. JT, what you got going on? We got a minute. Tell the people.
Keep an eye on TikTok. It's the same thing as my Twitch. That's where most of the content I will be posting once I get back into it will be until I can move. And then streams will return. I also want to point out that on a 68, I rolled 3 8s, 2 7s, and a 2. So that was fucking insane.
Let's go. That was a very high roll. Thank you for coming in, Morty. I appreciate you so very much. Honestly, I'm from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone who supported the stream. I know Ryan absolutely loves you, Morty, because you always say nice things about him, and he's very prone to flattery, aren't we all?
They're just so sincere. And
I know.
I could tell they come from the bottom of the heart.
People love you. They do. All of you have added so much to this campaign. I'm so glad that we're going to have everyone here to finish this out. Keep an eye out on the 25th. We're going to have some very special guests coming in as well. Be sure to go show some love to our friend Rusty over there. If you got him, where's my fucking commands? Go ahead and drop those raid emotes in chat and check that shit out. Just let them know that we sent you. Show some love. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock my time, noon Eastern, playing some WoW with y'all. We'll see you next time. We love you guys.